Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Krilling Floor. It is I, Mad Gamer II. I am joined by the one and only Anson. Tonight we have a special stream for you. It is officially the start of a new season, so grab those new weapons. Love them or hate them. It's going to be a fun one.
It's going to be a great one. Thank you for the introduction, I'm Matt, and we're going to get into some fun games with some funny, wacky things. I heard there's a 190 special weapon with mentals.
Yes. Yes.
I have no comment on that. I think it's perfectly balanced, and there will be no abuse of it in the entirety of this. I don't know what you mean.
Well, I said before they announced the actual kits, you know, I'm a bit of a beacon junkie. They're like, alright, if Wiper has the beacon, I'm gonna be pocketing it, but the fact that it has missiles, I think everybody's gonna be pocketing it, not gonna lie.
Maybe we'll see, maybe we'll see some comps bringing it instead of a lot of the meta weapons going on right now, but you never know.
True.
Our team's going to go with the safe pick that has worked throughout, all of last season, or are they going to try to experiment a lot here? And I'm really excited to see what happens.
Indeed. I know that both the Splash and the Sloshing Machine had some slight changes, but from what I've seen so far, it's not like game-breaking. It's still going to be pretty strong, but just it requires a little bit of adjustment. But we also have the two new weapons, the Brush and the Blaster. I've been hearing some really good things about the Blaster, so I'm interested to see if people are going to be picking it up.
I mean, who's ever played a Blaster in a pro match? Can we just be serious here?
That is true. Oh, but then also the Stamper got hit huge. Like, that was like one of the, besides Wiper, is one of the go-to non-standard meta picks, I would say.
Definitely. You'd see a lot of Stamper, and now Are teams going to still try to run it?
I would imagine, yeah, like the hardcore mains would still run it, but...
Of course, but like... I
don't know.
We're going to see a lot less of it. And what are teams thinking about bringing instead of it when they would normally bring Stamper? Hey?
That's an excellent question. It's like... It had this really nice combo of like the Burst Bomb, the main weapon, and then the Zipcaster on top is like... It had a pretty unique spot. Like, I can't think of anything off the top of my head that would like replace it.
I heard from my Twitter feed that Brella's finally got patched.
Yes, I've heard that as well.
Are we gonna finally see a Brella? I don't think so. I still don't think so, but
we're gonna see Brella's not die instantly. If we see that at all. It's not quite in the spot that it wants to be at, but it's definitely in a place where it's not unplayable. I don't know if the double negative worked out or not, but it acts like a Brella like it should.
It works. It functions.
Indeed.
Which pains me to say that it's taken this long, but, hey, maybe I can finally go back to playing Brella.
Like, I would be interested to be trying out Brella again as well. Like, it's got a pretty decent kit. Tri-Strike in and of its own is pretty strong. And then, of course, you have the new Tenta Brella with the Mine and Zuka. Like, I imagine some people are going to be trying that out.
Of course, you can see the maps here. We have some fun, interesting ones. We have my favorite map mode combination, Mahi Splat Zones. Just overall, just pretty solid maps. What are your thoughts about these maps and the new weapons going into this? How they'll fare in these?
I was gonna say, I have to agree with you. A pretty solid map lineup. It's like, as far as the new weapons go, like, I don't know. I feel like Mahi is gonna definitely suit some of the newer weapons just because they have quite a bit of decent range. But I think, as we said before, like, a lot of the tried and true comps are still gonna be pretty popular, especially for some of these tried and true maps.
Of course.
Now, I did also hear that some players were wanting the new maps in rotation. I just can imagine, like, just throwing a curveball and throwing like a brand new map that no one's played before in a tournament.
I mean, there's some games that have done that. Didn't work out so well, but We're just not going to talk about Omega Strikers throwing the new map into competitive immediately. No, we're not talking about that.
Oof. Well, we are going to be getting started. Shark Reef versus Disturb the Norm. We didn't really get a chance to introduce these new teams, but so far, not really any of the new weapons in the picks. Again,
Nothing new.
brand new.
Hey, no splash on one team.
True.
Actually, no crab on the side of, I believe that's Disturb the Norm. Good to see crab not being used. I won't get flashbacks.
I feel like Manta is a pretty decent crab map. You know, is basically a pseudo backline. So like, a lot of the same positions that a heavy or a charger would take also suit crab, and so I guess they're trying to go for a bit more agility here.
That would probably seem to be the case, and it looks like it's working.
Indeed, they're already on the first checkpoint, and the charger is down. Like, we do see the strikes coming out, but that's going to be an instant no for that, and they are still going to be pushing this Rainmaker.
Do we think we can get the one push?
Ooh,
Or is
certainly on their
Reef
way.
gonna take control of the Rainmaker here? They're
Well, we
two
see the
down.
slosh-
That's the third down. I don't think.
Oh, they're running it.
Hold on. Denied at the last second. Thought we had a sneaky little just brazen charge right there. But
Oh,
two go down on the side to Disturb the Norm, and yeah, we're gonna see Shark Reef take control of the Rainmaker and reset.
Well, we did see like the slosher there. They were doing a good job of just like not blindly running into it. Like they held their ground around that right pedestal area just to like keep the push going, and that really what helped them get in position to rush it at the end. And it wasn't until like all the members were down that they were pushed back out. But again, they're already back in. They're going for a second attempt before Shark Reef has a chance to start their first.
Disturb the Norm is just, it's complete. It's domination.
Mm-hmm.
And it just feels
There-
like Shark Reef is constantly on the back foot here.
Indeed, and this is just the charger remaining. The rest of them are having to respawn. They might be able to get back in time to stop it, but this defensive corner is going to be just enough for them to get that KO, and that's going to be not quite a one and done, but they didn't let Shark Reef touch it.
I don't think Shark Reef got a single point.
Nah, they did not.
Just denial across the board coming out from Disturb the Norm. Just without a crab on Manta, which, you know, throws me for a loop, and just really they just diffed them, to be honest.
They did indeed. They had some pretty good positioning. They locked down both the bunker and the top left side of that street there so they could get that checkpoint. Then once they got into street, it was like Shark Reef couldn't push them out. You know, it was like we saw the slosher there set up underneath that ledge, and that's really where you want a slosher to be, is just camp the ledge to keep them from dropping safely. And it really took them a unified push for to finally push them out.
And we're looking to go here too. I am very slow. Clan Blitz on Inkblot Art Academy, and we saw that, you know, they Disturb the Norm brought the charger instead of just going with a crab for their backline here. And Inkblot, I still to this day think it's a nice charger map, even no matter what people say, because I don't know, maybe personal preference. But Clan Blitz, I don't know if we're gonna get the charger.
And I was about to say, like, I would agree that
I don't think. I think we're gonna get the splash on both sides, and to be honest, I think Shark Reef's gonna take this next map. I'm saying it. I'm gonna put my prediction here.
I could certainly see that happening, but I would have to agree with you. The charger may not be the best pick for Clams, even if it does well on this map. Because we like just the aggression we saw from Disturb the Norm in that last map is certainly gonna give them a bit of an edge here in Clan Blitz. But I am curious to see whether they decide to stick with the no crab comp, because again, this is a nice map for crab to set up on, especially when you get those stacks. It can really open up some pushes.
Definitely.
I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Now, I was also curious to see a mini come out from Shark Reef in that last one. The mini What the one with the bubbler and toxic mist. I can't remember what variant was, but for Rainmaker, I thought that was a bit odd. But I could
I
definitely
believe
see that.
that's the Zimmy.
Yes, the Zimmy Mini, and I think that could really be strong here for Clamblets.
I think you're completely correct with that. Zimmy would be a great choice on either side here. From what I've told, Bubble was also buffed.
Yes.
Those could be
Oh,
thumbnails
man.
lying to me. Which I never thought I'd see the day. As soon as I stop playing Junior, Bubble gets buffed. But I really think the Zimmy just might be the perfect choice for both teams here.
Oh, absolutely. Now, if they were not running the Zimmy, I would say like running a Seed Jet would be a good variant to the or alternative to the Charger. But the fact that it also has Toxic Mist, for Clambless it could work out. But like double Toxic Mist is basically two weapons without a lethal
Without a
bomb.
sub.
Yeah.
Back in the old days, I used to praise Toxic Mist because I saw some really good play from it, but that was all Rainmaker, or you know, where denial of crossing through a space is nice, but just on Clamblitz, you might as well have Angle Shot.
Right. Yeah, it definitely has some use, but like it's not the end all be all. So again, I'm curious to see what if they decide to run the Charger again or swap off of that. Now I imagine they're still gonna run the double splash, Neo and Vanilla.
Of course.
Like it works in all map modes. If you're hardcore splash, you're not gonna swap off. You don't have to.
No need to. I want to see Forge Pro, but that's never happening.
Hey yo, that would be sick. Like we need some more Forge Pro. You know, like that actually
You know
would
what?
not be a
4 machines. Let's do it.
Oh man, 4 machines, that would be something. Like, how would I'm curious to
It'd
see
be
how
the
that would
most
work.
dysfunctional team composition. But I could see it working.
It's just with the recent nerf to it, it's like it struggles to paint as it is, but like it would struggle even more so now, just because the fact they can't slosh quite as fast.
That
So I think,
you know, that won't stop. You know, the quad machine
True,
from dominating. I don't know what
true.
you mean. It's just sheer. Just it's a mental game, right?
That's
It's
true.
You're scaring your opponents.
Intimidation factor,
Exactly.
and you know you can't go wrong with the Booyah Bomb, or 2, or
4.
And with how small of a map that Inkblot is, you know, is like Slash Machine
Just
has a
cover
lot
the
of
map
presence.
with like
Oh yeah,
all 4 Booyah bombs at once.
nowhere is safe. You can't
Oh,
step here.
God. I'm just imagining that.
Well, we did see a vanilla slosher, so it is a possibility we see the machine coming out.
Yeah, we did see a vanilla slasher, which I don't know how to feel about that. Back
Was
when I
it-
cat, it is interesting.
And they also paired it with the T-Tech, so that was basically running the double strike, and then of course we had the 52 on top of it. So like, they had the double shooter, but like, they had a lot of just like staying power with that. Between the 52 splash roll and just the overall killing power and range of it, it's like they could paint and still maintain. Space.
Yeah, it's just brilliant comp.
Mm-hmm. And then of course we have the ledges, the also popular ledges of Inkblot, which are
Yes.
the playground of a slosher. So yeah, I am expecting at least the vanilla comeback since we've seen it in play.
At least one bucket somewhere.
Oh, you know what? I bet we're gonna see some Tri Nouveau,
Ooh.
which again
You
has
know, I think you're right.
And that does have the. I almost thought that had the Toxic Mist, but no, that's the vanilla kit. This one has the Fizzy Bomb. Oh.
Zimmy? I think that's a Zimmy.
That is the Zimmy, and now Shark Reef is running a vanilla Slosh.
Both
They swap
splash,
one of those-
like I said, like I expected. Is that a ZNF charger?
It is a ZNF. So they are optimistic with the Charger. Definitely looking for to keep that backline range, but already we see
this
Disturb the
time-
Norm.
They do actually have a splash here.
Oh, you're right. Both teams are running the Splash this time around. Right? They're both running the Slosh Splash combo.
That was, well, I mean, I'm not gonna say anything, but that was really quick. And the Tri-Strikes are coming in. Can we see Shark Reef come back from this? I think we can. I think, you know what? I believe in them.
Indeed, that's going to be the basket closer. They definitely
It's
have
a
a chance.
risky drop.
Ooh, oh, yeah. And they did take the Junior out, but it looks like they have a couple of flanks from Disturb the Norm, which is going to be a bit of a pain trying to get out of the base.
Ooh. Right as he got Crab as well. Unfortunate that the Crab goes down there, and the Crab on the side of Disturb the Norm is going to be popped up, but it's rolling, it's rolling.
Yeah, it came out right as two of their mates went down, so it's not a favorable position for a Crab.
Overall, after that first wipe, things have gotten back to a good neutral state.
For sure, but
say.
that is going to be their Splash going down
As their
once
splash
again.
goes down.
And the Zimmy.
Two important specials down, but they at least got one in the trade. They got the Slosher.
But they just have to watch out for those Battle Junior. Like, they're itching for a fight right now. Like, they're
The
trying to
juniors
poke
are
at them.
hungry. Two go down on both sides, and three go down on both sides. And you know, we thought the Disturb the Norm there was gonna take the advantage, but with a really good snipe, it's straight back to neutral again. Now it's up to Shark Reef to push an advantage here.
They have a lot of decent map control as well. Ooh, the pick off the Charger. Let's go. Like, they have decent map control. They could definitely start setting something up.
And here comes the Crab. Oh, the Tri-Strike in order to push it off the high ground. Brilliant. Super save right there.
Yeah, that
It's
was...
taking me everything, all 4 billion years of evolution to not say ult.
Oh, man. That was... What a snipe. Like, this Charger is
Clean
like...
shots. You know, we were doubting the Charger pick before, but I don't think I'm gonna doubt it again.
It's asserting their dominance here. But they are like...
Just some good picks, but now they have to get a football in here soon.
Yeah, Sharpie,
Well,
like, they still...
I mean, if Disturb the Norm gets this aggressive, like, you know, still a man down, I don't think they need to, actually.
I'm curious to know what happened, because, like, Shark Reef seemed to have a lot of, like, good control, a lot of good positioning, but, like, Disturb the Norm is pushing back in, and they're picking them off.
Yeah, I mean, Disturb the Norm is about to take mid. Oh, but a good pick there from the bucket. Thank you. And this could be the Crab denied. Well, at least pushed off where it wanted to be.
Yeah, they're able to roll away just in time, but the Slosh is going to be getting another
Good
one instead.
pick. That's
Oh,
some
here we
really
go.
good team fights coming out here from Shark Reef. Playing together, you know, not spread apart, not looking for picks like, you know, we can see from Disturb the Norm sometimes. Really, can they get...
No.
But wait, they got a football, but at the cost of 3 lives.
Yeah, it's just a bucket remaining, and, like, with them, they still have a lot of yellow out there, but, like, it's under a minute now. It's like Disturb Norm has been playing the stall game this whole time.
Just Shark Reef has not been able to use their advantages that they have gotten. And Disturb the Norm is really, you know, they get the lead early on, and now they're just holding on to it, not giving Shark Reef a chance.
Yeah, as you said, like, they get that lead, and then they just continually put pressure on him, rushing forward. But now we're gonna see the jump.
The jump in with the pity clam was perfect.
Ooh, I'm afraid that might be a bit early because like it's not gonna be enough to stop overtime. That's gonna give Shark Reef another power clamp. So if they can make a push out of this, that's gonna be points in their favor. We'll have to see if it's enough for the lead.
With two footballs here, they are about 2 clams away. This really could be it for Shark Reef if they get some picks here. But overtime's basically out, and disturb the norm. It's 2-0.
Yeah, they weren't quite able to get a pick with those specials, and so Disturb the Norm was able to respond with their own specials, basically just locking down that game. Still though, there was
one team wipe in the beginning, and Shark Reef, no matter how much effort, the amount of frags, the constant control of mid that they had, they could not outfight the stall coming out from Disturb the Norm. It just shows you how good Disturb is right now.
Oh, absolutely, and like all it needed was that one push in the beginning, and then they were able to just keep control the rest of the time. Like even if they went half their team down, they were able to mitigate whatever that Shark Reef was able to throw at them, enough to just keep the lead throughout the game. So we're going to be seeing Zone's Mahi Mahi next. You mentioned this to be one of your favorite map modes.
I want at least one of my mains here. I back in the heyday of me on this map, it was a Sharking Junior. I got people mad, I can tell you that. We're gonna see a Junior come out with the bubble buff, obviously.
Oh,
absolutely. But I'd like to see some Sharky weapons here. Some weapons that really take advantage of being able to swim around the zone and make some opportunities. I really think, despite not having flank routes, I still think it's a good flanking map if you just swim right. Ninja Squid is always a powerful I'm forgetting the term. I think it's called ability.
Yes.
I don't know how I forgot that. I am not going insane.
Just trying to mind meld and figure out what it is you're thinking of.
Ninja Squid plus like maybe the new blaster or maybe a carbon. I want to spot. We haven't seen a roller at all these past few rounds.
Carbon could be a pretty decent pick. They're great for the defense and just getting aggressive, but
we are getting a blaster.
Oh,
we're getting a rapid blaster. Okay.
Now that I like that pick right
with
there.
With the Zimian Charger coming out here from Shark Reef, an adaptation, a small adaptation to their previous comp, and we're gonna have to see if it works out. Meanwhile, Disturb the Norm is going with pretty much the exact same comp they used before, except without any changes. And it seems to be pretty even.
Yeah, Shark Reef is starting to. Well, I was gonna say they're making some ground, and now they're 3 down. It's just the Charger.
Well, we've seen what he can do. So what
absolutely.
They can do. So,
and I feel like with this map, for the back line, is tough in this first mode. It's tough in this first mode, but then as soon as the water drops, it just opens up so much ground for you.
We can see a lot more opportunities for that rapid blaster. The bubbles are coming out on both sides. All the specials, all of them.
Yeah, they kind of have to. We're down to 30 points remaining. That's not a whole lot of time, and
there's 20 seconds left in the ink spot. The jet spot gets camped, and he's not paying attention to there. The Splash just walks up and takes the free kill, and they get the zone. They get it with 3 left on the clock for Disturb. That is an insane amount of penalty points.
Oh yeah, and then the fact that they were able to stay alive afterwards, they're going to be able to hold this for a pretty penny.
especially with the Rapid Blaster. I think this is going to be great, just great for Shark Reef. They could really make a game out of this.
They are certainly getting off on the right foot. Like, there's already going to be 2 down there. Disturbing the Norm is a bit staggered right now, and they only have the Bubbler online. Well, I say that as the Ink Strikes come online.
And Ink Strikes are being deployed here to paint the zone and hopefully, you know, contest. And contest it does. Now, do they get the flip off this? 2 down, 3 down on the side of Shark Reef. And the Inkjet comes out here as almost a panic response, and it's not enough.
We did see the duel of the Bubblers. It's the dual Bubblers, but unfortunately it was the Junior that came out on top and got their team got the wipe there. I'm surprised the Slushy didn't push up there. They had an opportunity because it's got some nice camping potential here. Oh, well, I guess they don't need it.
Now and gets a pick from it. And now they're pushing further.
Yeah, this is going to be tough. It is going to be tough.
The Ink Strikes in the spawn of Shark Reef. Really just putting the nail in the coffin. What? Hello?
Oh, the Zimmy came from behind. You talked about those flanks.
And the flanks were perfect here. Really calling out the over-aggression from Disturb the Norm and, you know, just the classic C9 coming... sorry, wait, y'all might Overwatch references.
Yeah,
but
the absolute
Disturb the
clutch.
Norm really getting punished for going just too far.
And that's going to be the end of Shark Reef's penalty points. Like, the Ink Strikes are going to certainly stall them out for a bit, but they're going to be chewed through raw points now. They're just going to have to survive the attack coming out, but they're able to get 2 down off of Disturb the Norm. Make it 2 more down. If they can keep the zone, they can keep on going.
It would be hard, you know. I was going to say it's hard for Disturb the Norm to take this, but they end up taking the zone. And 3 are down on the side of Shark. This is back and forth. You could tell me a minute ago that Shark Reef would make this close, and I wouldn't believe you. Because it seemed like Disturb the Norm was dominating, but Shark Reef really showing that they are here to win, and they are making this such a close game.
Absolutely. Like, they were able to hold on just for so long, but this might be the end right there. The Ink Strikes coming out the last seconds, and even though they got the 2 down, it just wasn't quite enough. Like, the fact that they were able to break out of that hole, like Mahi Mahi, as you said, it is notorious for the spawn camping. It is so tough to break out, especially when you're that far from zone.
And there goes my channel points.
Unfortunate, but that is going to be the 3-0 for Disturb the Norm, and if I remember correctly, this is not a playoff 3. So, yeah, it's just the best of 5, so that will be Disturb the Norm taking the set, and GG, like, they were pretty dominant in the first half of this, but like, Shark Reef almost made a comeback in that last one.
You know, we could have seen the reverse sweep. The momentum was starting to shift there, but just Disturb the Norm just ended up just holding on and making sure they didn't make too many mistakes, and just ended up taking the sweep in the end.
Yes, indeed. Nicely played, and they did bring out the Crab Splash once, but for the most part, they pulled that off with sheer 52 and bucket power.
And what power they brought with that, you know. Now, we didn't see any really of the new weapons at all. But
True.
We can ponder that over the break. And already, that was a short break, but I'm being told that we have a very funny composition on our hands. Is that right, Imad?
Oh, absolutely. We have next up Sanctuary versus Quad Wiper Deco. It looks like this is the alter ego of In Control Red Sun, but I heard the names like they're just straight out the gate, not pulling any punches.
That team picture for Quad Wiper Deco.
Oh my goodness! Are they actually gonna be doing Quad Deco the whole time, or
I hope they are.
Is this just an intimidation factor?
Either way, I want to see them win.
Mm-hmm.
If they actually bring out Quad Wiper Deco here,
oh my goodness!
Just a power move.
The missiles, we talk about the missiles like, oh, missiles, like, but the beacons, if they all are just put out beacons, you can't hide. You can't take them all down. It's just there's gonna be too many beacons.
You can't hide. Because if you try to run, the missiles will get you, and if you try to hide, the missiles will get you.
Oh my goodness! Like, thank goodness we don't have the new maps, because like that would just be torture for the other team.
Thank goodness the Kensa splatter shot doesn't exist in 3 yet.
True, but don't jinx it just yet.
This might become it though.
Oh, what? Double T-Tech? Okay. Oh, rip. I mean, at least they brought one to the party.
They brought one. We see one.
Imagine they didn't bring any at all.
I've been lied to.
I know, just false advertising.
They are aggressive, Sanctuary is.
Oh yeah.
Finding out on the right side, almost straight from the gate, and the triple Inktrex coming out very early on.
Barely a second out of the gate, and they are getting a 3 down off of Quad Wiper Deco, aka Red Sun, and they don't quite have enough clams for the push just yet, but they're getting there. Like they're taking the space.
Well, I mean, the Deco's got 1 frag. See how much more it can get, and it's already got missiles.
Of course. Steps out of spawn. Oh, got missiles.
Hey guys. I got missiles.
Oh, and there's the beacons in play. This is actually a nice map for beacons. There's a lot of nifty spots to hide, and it can really open up some flanks if the other team isn't paying attention.
Definitely, and as we saw from the previous match, flanks can be just amazing. And despite what Nintendo wants us to believe with their map design, flanks are awesome.
Flanks are just the best, but that is going to be a double DC off of Quad Wiper Deco, so thankfully no scorches yet, so it's going to be early into that match as we try to get them back in, restart. That was
their games broke because they weren't running Quad Wiper, that's all I'm saying.
Facts. Facts. Just like, the game knew that this was bogus.
If you've ever wanted a Splatoon moment, you wanted a Splatoon moment right there. Because now... Actually, I don't know.
Just some of
they
those...
have to use the same comp they were running?
Yes.
They do. Okay. Unfortunately, we will not see the Quad Wiper Deco. But... Can we rename them Single Wiper Deco? Because... there's some severe false advertisement going on here. I was promised a luxurious 4-bath, 3-bedroom house, and I'm only getting a 1-bathroom, 1-bedroom, and a single Wiper Deco.
Man, you hate to say, like, you easiest thing is just cross out the quad, just put Wiper Deco. That's all
Wiper
you got.
It's still as good as a name though. Wiper Deco, I'm afraid.
True. I'm not even gonna mention what the acronym people are trying to give it. There we go. That's more accurate. We should be able to get this
Single Wiper Deco. Thank you very much. I don't want to know the acronym.
Oh, you don't want to know.
Unless it's wide. Or if people call it wide, I'm fine with that.
No, that actually is not half bad, but it's not what I've heard. But
Oh no.
yeah.
Well,
but
you know what? We don't have to worry about this because single Wiper Deco is going to come out here, and we're going to see a really, really fun match. Also, it looks like the colors are right.
Oh, indeed.
I think
that's
single
nice...
Wiper Deco should always be orange.
Yes, absolutely. But let's see if, like, we saw
Sanctuary brings the same game plan here, which is send one dude rush right. But it doesn't work out.
I was about to
go
say,
down
like,
on the side of Sanctuary, and they tossed out their Ink Strike to no avail, and stuff. A free crab coming out here. There's probably been Tenta missiles. Who knows?
yeah, this is a completely different game from what we saw before. Like, Sanctuary didn't quite get the upper hand like before. And single Wiper Deco was able to counter them, stop the early aggression, but you know, they haven't quite been able to take a whole lot of space. Sanctuary is still holding out for the neutral here.
And honestly, you know, despite the early losses, it seems like they still have the advantage here with, I would say, about 60% of the map to themselves.
True, like, they're still lacking on the clans. Like, even when they went half their team down, they were able to come back rather quickly and just get those map control back. Like, single Wiper Deco still struggling to find an opening, even with the specials and such coming out.
But we are seeing, here comes the Spider-Man. Can I get anything? Single Wiper Deco bringing the Stamper here, I find a little bit strange because of the nerfs, but also Stamper moment, so you never know.
That is true. This is the first view of the Stamper post nerf. You know, this seems to be working for them though. Like, they don't seem to be having any issue with it, but they have the clans.
It gets a nice pick right there. Can it get the second? It cannot get the second. The Killer Whale is too much for it. But even trades going down on both sides.
Still pretty neutral.
Crab, Tenta missiles.
It just seems like an exchange of specials at this point. Like, both teams have been throwing stuff out, but nothing's been really sticking so far. Like, single Wiper Deco had a lot of clams at one point, but now they're down to, well, they're getting them back up again.
Well, both sides do have a football here, so anything is possible. No.
Oh, well.
There was no longer a football here on the side of single Wiper Deco. The football decided it was time to take a swim, and we're football-less on both sides.
What's it like? Single Wiper Deco seems to have a bit more map control at this point. They're slowly making their way through mid, but that was quite unfortunate with the power clam, and they're really gonna have to bring this back. Oh, that's gonna be 2 down though on Sanctuary.
And they have Plat here. They could. That's one football. Can we get the second?
Ooh.
Unfortunately, the second gets denied from the Nouveau, and all 4 go down on the side of single Wiper Deco. Now it's more looking like no Wiper Deco as they have to respawn.
Quite so, and we'll have to, like, with how this game has been going, that might be the winning push, but we'll have to see if Sanctuary is able to make a comeback off that. Even with the wipeout, single Wiper Deco is already back on defense.
And Sanctuary has been very fast in taking map control. We saw it at the beginning, basically getting 60% of the map while losing the team fight. And now we see it again, straight after they get the wipeout, they take all the way up just underneath the opponent's plat.
Yeah, that's gonna be, like, again, as you say, like, even after the wipeout, single Wiper Deco is still, well, I say that was gonna be a 3 down on single Wiper Deco, just a splash remaining. Like, they had a lot of map control, but now it's gonna be Sanctuary's turn.
The splash is gone, a really good staggered wipeout going there. It's gonna take a long time for single Wiper Deco to get back together.
Ooh, that is going to be lead off of that, and they are still throwing clams in, like, last minute remaining. Like, this is what you want to see for Sanctuary, but not so much for a single Wiper Deco.
But here we go. Single Wiper Deco does take mid here. The Charger's looking for something. I see that Charger. Charger is... That's not a Charger. I am blind.
Tractor, where?
You know what?
Oh.
I'm just imagining things. But the ink strike, I almost said ink strike.
The Inkjet got a nice pick, but then their jump was canceled. It did end up going down with Sanctuary in control.
Missile funny moment. Do you think Deco can get overtime here? I don't think it's possible. They do. Okay.
They get the
What's
overtime. But that's going to be 2 and a third down. There's like, Sanctuary's not letting them get back in the mid. Oh.
Oh, wait.
Oh.
Sneaky football, sneaky football. As a sneaky football in, we're getting some clans. Single Wiper Deco making a really good overtime push right now.
Oh no. Oh, this is getting hairy for Sanctuary
So
here.
Close. But Sanctuary holds on.
Wow.
And map 1 goes to Sanctuary.
Just
We all know why.
more
We all know why they won.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. It doesn't need to be said.
Just that was in Sanctuary's favor the whole time. They didn't. Single Wiper Deco didn't stand a chance. But of course,
Yeah,
they do. They
can't just bring one.
You need to step up your game. You gotta live up to your name.
You gotta
bro.
take some risks.
But you know,
You gotta go all in if you're Single Wiper Deco and bring all 4 Wiper Decos.
And Mako zones would be one of the most ideal places to do that. Like,
Yeah.
just the fact that it zones is very, very missile friendly, just because the amount of paint you can throw out with multiple missiles. But the Mako has a lot of nice spaces for frontliners to really push up and just keep cover, even in the face of a backline. Although Sanctuary didn't seem to be running a backline, that was 2 Wiper Deco with the ballpoint in that last one. But still, a lot of good positions for a frontliner, especially a Wiper.
Definitely, definitely. We can see. I mean, I'm thinking like, who I would. Production is awesome. Thank you, production. We'll hope to see at least 2, but ideally, you know, thinking actually if they don't meme around here, we're probably going to see the splash here.
Mm-hmm.
Real-time update right there.
And the fact that they ran like a really decent comp, like a full-on comp against Sanctuary, and Sanctuary still came out on top, so like, unless they're like absurdly good with the Wiper, I unfortunately do not see them running the quad Wiper even for Zones Mako.
They need to be able to deal, you know, Sanctuary's big thing last match was being able to take control really quick and rapidly. They're really aggressive, you know, and even when that aggression gave them a numbers disadvantage, they were still somehow stalling them out and still having that map control so where they could come in and keep the pressure up. Quad needs to find an answer. And that answer was no Wiper Decos.
That is disappointing.
I've never rooted for a team to lose, but I am actively rooting for a team to lose.
Hey, yo, it's like...
You are going to hear the most biased commentary.
And you know what? It's like... You brought it on yourselves. You're not bringing out the Wiper Deco as you promised.
And I don't like how they got the zone here.
How dare they? Like, you know, we were talking about the opening aggression of Sanctuary, and Zero Wiper Deco counter that completely. Like, they are in a solid lock of zone right now, and all 3 of Sanctuary's remaining members are in that street over on the right.
It's 3 down on the side of no Wiper Deco, and Sanctuary, they've flipped it, and they've pushed up. Soda come out here, great pick from the, don't mind me. And we see, you know, Special's just coming out now, really just trying to stagger and slow down no Wiper Deco from being able to push back in.
Yeah, we talked about those just aggressive positions you can take. And
It didn't work out.
the Brush trying to take those positions, but already Quad Wiper Deco has been able to push their way out with the Inkjet leading. They're still in... Well, no, actually, no. Sanctuary did take that lead off of that.
It did take the lead off that, but I do think Quad Viper Deco are in a really good spot here. Inkstrike really good to stall here. They just need to make sure they get the splats.
Yes, that is going to be key. And
It really comes down to quelling that brush on the side of Sanctuary, and it just doesn't happen.
They do get a nice pick off the try, but they are forced to back up here as Sanctuary once again just showing their aggression, pushing out. And it's going to be the strikes coming out from both sides, trying to just stomp them out, but it's going to be a bit of a trade there.
And in all honesty, a pretty good trade, but Sanctuary is in the backline. They are behind you. Nowhere is safe on this map when Sanctuary is playing. There is no Sanctuary.
There's no Sanctuary from Sanctuary, absolutely. And then the bubbler, oh, see the bubbler, the big bubbler, the big bubbler coming out.
The big bubbler. That kill happened in his spawn, in their spawn. That's just to show you how aggressive Sanctuary is playing, and it is working. Just staving off No Wiper Deco from even dreaming about the lead.
Yeah, they're through their penalty points. They do have several specials online for Quad Viper Deco, but you know Sanctuary also has their own, and they're going to be doing their best to lock this out because the last 30
specials
points
coming out here. 30 points remaining. We see the rain come. The rain passes, but it does help No Wiper Deco from getting this control here, and they are able to keep this rapidly flipping. If Quad Wiper can keep this with 2 people down on their team, it'd be a miracle hold, but that's a good start right there.
Yeah, they got some pretty decent positions here.
I just realized double charger. I say charger, charging weapon. Double lane coming out. I see chargers no matter where I go.
But you are correct. That is going to be the double splat lane, like the Nautilus and Ballpoint. Like they are the
two completely different splat lanes, to be honest. Two completely different play styles, and it could be in response to the bubbles coming out here, but. You see the triple ink strikes? It does not help them flip zone, and Quad Viper Deco, we forgot to say this, but they grabbed the lead.
Oh yeah, they got a pretty substantial lead off of that, and even though they are pushed back, the amount of penalty points Sanctuary has and only 30 seconds remaining, this is certainly Quad Viper's match to win if they can bring this zone back.
Definitely, and it's who gets the big double kill here. If both teams trade, No Wiper Deco wins this. If Sanctuary needs an aggressive double splat here, because Quad is
coming out,
finding them blow for blow.
Oh, that's going to be huge. It's just a paint battle at this point, but with 2 members of Sanctuary down, Quad, Wiper Deco.
I think there was
yeah, they're going to be taking that.
There was a crab there at the end from No Wiper Deco, and they couldn't outpaint it. And we got a match on our hands. No Wiper Deco showing that they didn't need a Wiper Deco.
Indeed.
Unfortunately.
Indeed,
and now we go to the most picked map of all time.
Oh yes,
Tower Control Blood Art Academy.
Of course, as you do.
A classic. Are we going to see classic team compositions, you think? Or are we going to see Quad Viper Deco? I want it. You want it.
That's a tough call. Like, the fact that they're committed to running this ballpoint, I don't see the Quad Viper coming out.
I don't see it either. And their ballpoint is getting a lot. Like, ballpoint is putting in work. He's putting in the hours, clocking in 9 to 5, and he's getting the bread. for Quad Viper Deco here.
Yeah,
And
they're getting that bread and then some. And just having a backline on tower control is pretty helpful. I'm not gonna lie, and Inkblot especially works well with that Inkjet.
of course, and you know, we might see a Viper Deco because I love to cheese tower control with missiles. It's just a great special for missiles. But also, Triple Ink Strike exists, Booyah Bomb exists. It's up to Quad whether or not to decide what they want to bring in here for their special, right? They could say to their name and pick a Viper Deco here, which would be, I'd say, be useful.
I feel like
or you could see Machine. I want to see Forge Pro like always. We can see a lot of things come out here. We're gonna see a bubble. Never mind. I shouldn't have spoken.
No bubble, no Viper Deco. I feel like the deciding factor for the Viper is the fact that it has the beacons. You know, like Mako and Inkblot, not really great for beacons, but Museum certainly has a lot of ground that beacons can be useful on.
Definitely. And Sanctuary's brush going to be the spear here, and it's not looking good for Sanctuary here. A really good team fight on the side of Quad Viper Deco. Running like this double Splatling comp.
Still sticking with the double Splatling, still sticking with the splash and the try here, and here we go, the try, the slashing is really keeping good eye on those ledges, really in its element there, but it has to dodge the tri-strikes coming out because they do have two of them.
Double wasabis. Bro. That is... You're not having fun on the side of Quad Viper Deco if you're not dealing with those scent attacks. And that's going to be what in my honesty, what gets them the win here is if they can deal with the incorrect spammage that's going to happen. They will win this.
Oh, for sure.
To be quite frank, with the mobility on the Nautilus, maybe they have a good they have a good comp to counter this. But speaking of counter, a really good kill onto the Inkjet right there, and it's even. Crab coming out, that makes it not even.
It was a bit of a bloodbath on the plat there, and it seems to have ended in Quad Viper Deco's favor. They're still in control of the tower and on their way to getting the second checkpoint, as long as they're able to dodge the tri-strikes coming out, and that's a huge pick off both the bucket and the T-Tech there.
You are completely correct here, and we're seeing the jumps come in. Quad Viper Deco just really getting the momentum in their favor here.
Oh, that's going to be two down. Both the T-Techs are
Sanctuary's
down.
brush going insane. And the brush.
The brush coming in with the
Can it do it all? It is so close.
Gonna be
4
enough.
away. Such a good defense.
Oh, man. That brush flank may have come in clutch. That brought it down to 4, but they were able to stop the knockout. So this will be their opportunity to push out with the 2 down. They can take some space and start pushing up.
And pushing up they will do. Something that I've said Sanctuary is great and has been great on doing these past few maps is being aggressive and pushing and taking control of the map as soon as they get an advantage. And
absolutely.
We got to see that pay off here. We're going to see the strikes go down, the killer whales out. No picks off them, but a lot of space for that brush. Pushing the Tri-Slasher into a corner. But Quad Viper deal with that very well, and 2 go down on the side of Sanctuary. An unfortunate jump down from the, I think that was the Slasher right there.
Thankfully, they did have the juice on hand, so they'll be back momentarily. But once again, Quad Viper Deco, they're matching Sanctuary's aggression. They're already on another push before Sanctuary has a chance to set up their own. And with such a substantial lead going into the last minute, all they got to do is really keep the tower on Sanctuary's side of the map.
And there's jumps coming in, there's the juice is going up on the side of Viper.
Oh, yeah, one.
There's a lot of bombs, that's a lot of strikes.
It's like all that Sanctuary can do to keep this from...
I might have spoken too soon. I have not spoken too soon. That is another set of ink strikes really pushing Quad Viper back. But there's no kills. There's no advantage coming on the side of that. And
like,
the crab comes out here. Oh, the Nautilus is going crazy.
Oh, yeah, that was a nice triple from the Nautilus. That might have just sealed the game for them. Oh, there's the rival. Yep, this is... The Try Nouveau, last one remaining, they're just going to be chilling on tower. But with the T-Tech, just like
the
ink
can
strike
turn
coming out
this,
then.
the Viper can turn, not the Viper, the Brush can turn this.
But they need
They
to
get
some
tower
picks,
here,
though.
but can they deal with all the paint coming towards their way?
Nah, it's not going to work out in their favor. It's like, they were all rushing toward tower, but Quad Viper Deco was ready for it. They just... Sanctuary needed those picks in order to be able to get the advantage back, but even with all the tri-strike coming out, like, it stalled out Quad Viper Deco's push, but when they were in the lead, it just didn't give them any advantage whatsoever. Like, they needed those picks in order to start making map control back.
Well, Quad Viper Deco showing that they really don't need a Viper Deco.
Apparently not.
They ever since they stopped using the Viper Deco, they've just shown just how good they are and how well they can deal with Sanctuary's aggression. And we're going Rainmaker, Sturgeon. Rainmaker just a great mode for being aggressive. Sanctuary has a really good chance here for just running it down, keeping their cool. Well, not really keeping their cool, but this could be the mode for them. Let's see what happens, though. But also, you know, the Viper Deco could come out.
I was about to say, like, the Sturgeon would be an excellent place for the Viper Deco. Like, not only will you have missiles for such a large area, but the fact that beacons would be quite handy, especially for Rainmakers. Like,
if you're going to bring the Viper, you bring it here.
This would be the place to do it. And we also got to talk about the shield damage that the Viper can do. Like, get a lot of pop power in that weapon.
Exactly. So,
can we see the Quad Viper Deco finally?
Can we see it? Can we at least see the single Viper Deco? We've gone from single Viper Deco to no Viper Deco. Can we get the name? You don't name yourself Quad Viper Deco.
Without a Viper Deco.
Exactly. But it all comes down. It all culminates into this. Will Quad Viper take the win here?
Alright, we're gonna see. Oh!
It's not a Deco, but it certainly is a Viper.
Yes, one Viper Deco is bringing out the Viper not Deco, but I was gonna say, Sanctuary swapping off the T-Tech, they're going for the NZAP vanilla shot this time.
There is no wasabi on the side of Sanctuary, which is strength. They've brought it this entire series, and maybe this is the adjustment that they need, but single Viper no Deco already having the advantage here. I've spoken too soon yet again. 3 down on the side of single Viper no Deco, and here's where that aggression starts to really pay off for Sanctuary.
Oh, the nice pick with the Zuka here, just trying to lead the way for that Rainmaker carrier, but even so, that Viper Deco is still able to put on at least some defense here, just keep them from getting the pedestal, and they are going to shut down that push with the Crab.
Crab being the savior of all And single wiper no deco might have it here. Might have at least a checkpoint, maybe a mid. They've already gotten their first splat here, and a really good team fight coming on the left side of the map for them.
Oh, the double with the hammer.
Absolutely
Somebody call Thor. He's got a
flattened.
rival.
He does have a rival. And we're seeing this wiper no deco really being aggressive, taking a page out of Sanctuary's book, and they've already got the first checkpoint and are going further.
Yeah, we saw the wiper go in that right side. A bit of a diversion tactic, just hunting down those players. And now Quad Wiper Deco with the bridge down, the spinner down. They're going to be going full send with this push now.
And we see that they initiate their push here with the Inkjet, looking for that first splat, but he does not come out for them, and they end up losing.
Oh, the cheeky
I thought we
plays
were going to see something there.
Being able to stay on that spinner and avoid the Rainmaker explosion to just get a couple more points on the board. Like, it's not completely safe, but it is a nice cushion for one Wiper Deco here.
It is a great cushion for one wiper no deco here, and I just want to. This is just a great game. Both teams have been showing it up here. Will Sanctuary come back? Who knows? Well, the person who wrote the script knows. They know it.
And he's going to be 2 down off of one wiper here. We'll see if it's enough, but that's going to be their ends up going down as well as their rush. So, like, Sanctuary's just kind of stuck in their own court right now, not able to really make a play out.
Stuck in their own spawn. I feel like I'm watching Splatoon 2 gameplay.
With
The sheer aggression coming out from one wiper no deco here, and the crab to just keep them stalled out when the Rainmaker carrier dies, just not giving a sliver of a chance to Sanctuary.
Not
I
at
speak
all.
too soon every single time.
Like, even with Quad Wiper Deco having to back up a bit, like, having that ball point on bridge means they still have a lot of control. Like, look at the amount of yellow paint that's out there. Like, it's going to take a lot for Sanctuary to be able to push out, even if they get a couple of picks. Again, just one of the key ones being that ball point, just locking down mid, being the living beacon for their team. They're able to just keep coming back again and again.
The glory, the great thing about one wiper no deco's ball point here is that they're able to, even when Sanctuary puts some aggression and one wiper no deco has to fall back, they still get a ton of control over the far space of the map. They still get a lot of paint down because of just the sheer range of ball point. And
this might... Yeah, one wiper deco. Last 30 seconds, they're just going to hold this maker in the corner for the foreseeable future unless Sanctuary is able to get something out.
we see Sanctuary just trying to bomb that corner. It almost works out on the side of Sanctuary, but one wiper no deco just gonna let the clock run down here, and that's it. 3-1 on the side of one wiper no deco. We didn't get to see the quad wiper, but we saw a great game. I can tell you that.
We did. You know, like, again, Sanctuary had a nice opener, especially for that first match. It just seemed like Quad Wiper Deco was able to get wind of what they were running and just counter with their own just aggression there. And we even saw that Sanctuary pulled out the end zap, the gray end zap, for that tactical, and that seemed to be one of the key factors that kept Quad Wiper Deco coming back and again with that Tri Nouveau.
Just imagine if they brought the wiper deco on top of that. You know, the beacons?
True. Just
We can only
instant
but wish.
back in the mid.
We can only just wish. But a really good showing on the side of one wiper no deco. And, you know, Sanctuary, you know, I thought they really showed us a really good game. You know, even though they lost, like, They made One Viper No Deco have to adapt. But adapt is what they did. And you're going to have to adapt to us going to break.
Stay tuned because we'll be right back. Hello everyone, welcome back. Once again, it is I, the Mad Gamer, and I'm joined by Antonin. We are back from our break, and we're just waiting on our team to get ready to
We're just
go.
waiting. We've heard some stories that some people have been taking this break very liberously. Somebody, I won't say who, has done exactly what their name says. It's a little puzzle for chat to figure out.
Indeed. Just a bit of a hunt for a sub to get into this next one. Is that SS Snack or S Snack? Or it's just Snack? What do you think?
I think you gotta make a snake, like a snake S noise. You gotta drag that S out. Snack.
Alright. So we have Snack versus Sonic Squad.
What is it with
That's
the
gonna be a
S's?
bit of a tongue twister.
Snack coming out with no team picture.
You know, I guess they don't really
I
need
respect
one.
it. I respect the grind. The not grind. I respect,
The
you know,
ungrind.
it's intimidation. They're so focused on winning that they don't even care to even think about a team picture.
Just the faceless opponent trying to get the intimidation on Sonic Squad here. I did not look in time to see what the first round was, but once again we have a pretty decent
The first
lineup.
round is, I believe, Umami.
Oh, Umami. Umami Zones. I gotta say, I like that choice right there.
And,
Go
you know,
for-
Clam, Manta, Maria, you know, we got some good maps in this.
Oh, heck yeah.
I just hate
Well,
to say that we are going. There is Brine Water Springs. For those of you who are joining me on the unfair hate on Brine Water Springs, it's totally not deserved. That map is amazing, but we just hate it.
It's like, it's aesthetically, it's a very lovely map.
No,
you know?
there is no reason for me hating it.
It is natural instinct. I
Natural
can't explain
instinct. Can't explain it. But yeah, it is a great map series coming out.
it. I think for that
Did we
first
see
one.
the Wiper Deco? I know Quad Wiper Deco isn't playing this match, but I want to see one of the new weapons coming out.
Honestly, if we're going to be seeing Wiper Deco, Zones Umami is certainly the place to do. Like, it's a bit of a large map, and just the fact that it's Zones on top of that certainly lend itself to that missiles. I think also just Umami is a nice backline map, and one of the counters to a good backline is a nice set of missiles. So you can definitely see that coming out for that first round.
We could see. Just overall, I don't think we're seeing the blaster.
No, unfortunately
I'd be surprised if we see the blaster at all today.
It's like all the blaster mains have gone into hibernation, and they're not quite back up and running just yet.
There were blaster mains. I say Luna blaster main.
We had some. It just they got a bit overshadowed by the amount of other things that took advantage of them.
Exactly. But we have seen a Wiper Deco, so you know, it's a good day for this tournament.
It's like the weapons that we've already had, just a new kit for it. You know, like it's not out of the ordinary to see it come out into play. And we are seeing a Wiper Deco in our first set.
Let's go.
We're also going to be seeing a ballpoint on both sides, splash on both
Is
sides,
that a
and
squeezer? That is a squeezer, my man. Squeezer coming out on the side of Sonic Squad. There's nothing wrong with these comps. All I'm saying, there's nothing wrong. The Wiper Deco is going to work. I'm going to say it.
Viper
Already
Deco's
10th
doing-
missiles. Let's see. How long will it take?
Oh,
they did get
man.
spot. But they did get 2 as well. They got it. They got a trade. They traded their team. But it
Yes.
doesn't matter. Sonic Squad knows how to take an advantage and does get zone off that.
Oh, they pushed them off the map with that inkjet splat, and they're gonna be able to take the zone with the lead still intact. They're gonna be able to just set up rather nicely here.
A
And did you
beautiful
hear-
inkjet right there.
Inkjet got shut down there, and now Sonic Squad's gonna be counting with their own inkjet, trying to get that zone back. Add a little bit more penalty points to Snack.
Missiles.
Missiles.
It's like for every single engagement, every time Sonic Squad gets the advantage, there is a missiles waiting for them.
Oh, and that is going to be the wipeout on top of that. The flank from the wiper following up those missiles. They definitely got a lot of value out of that.
And now we're seeing the Battle of the Walls go on right now. And looks like DNA is looking for something. He's going to end up revealing himself, and the inkjet does go down here.
Yeah, the inkjet got a nice pick off of that, but just wasn't quite able to survive the landing. Snack getting down to 40 points here, well past the mid here, and they are still putting up a nice front. Well, I say that right as Azuka comes out and just wipes that squeezer off the face of the earth.
It looks like it looks like Snack was trying to make a push there with the missiles. You see that the player, the gal pushed with the missiles, but he ended up just getting immediately splat by the Trizuka, and Sonic Squad does take the advantage here, but they don't actually flip the zone. And
oh my goodness.
Snack just needs 4 seconds.
Like, for every member that Sonic Squad takes down, the others are just painting, but they are finally able to get that zone back, put a little bit of penalty on there, but that is going to be a delayed wipe off a Snack.
That is really good for Sonic Squad. Getting this delayed wipe, able to snagger Snack just perfectly. There's no penalty on the side of Sonic Squad. It'll take less time for them to win. But
they have to be alive for that to do that, unfortunately. Oh yeah, see, now we have Snack already.
Synapse, you're so far in. And he's followed by the Wiper Deco.
Snack just absolutely put the pedal to the metal as soon as they got that zone back. You see the ball
Haru is trying to hide. Gonna get the direct. But he gets out of there safely. Mikoloko able to get out of there. Oh, Krillstreak coming down. This does stall point. Is Sonic Squad gonna take it?
Oh, they're fighting for it, but like that's gonna be three down off a Sonic Squad. And the last one's just running for their life here, but they are gonna be running out of time. 5 penalty points remaining,
and
with 5 additional
and Tenta
points.
missiles on top.
And Tenta missiles on top. That's gonna be a GG for Snack.
Well, good to know. Wiper Deco is good on Umami. Pretty darn good, and we saw a lot of play around those missiles. Players of Snack really knew they had game plans set around this Wiper Deco. They were prepared. The update came out today, and they already have strats with it.
And we saw, like, the whole team played off the missiles, but the Wiper in particular, we saw them get almost a quad off of their missile push there. They fired the missiles, displaced them, and then rushed in with their main weapon to just get a couple of splats, and that was a free wipeout for the Snack. Also,
I'm just a little bit out for words. It was just so well played.
It was incredibly well played. Even like the Snack had a lot of dominance, a lot of control in mid for a good portion of the match, but Sonic Squad did brig out several times. They didn't let Snack completely lock them out. So I think, you know, Zones Umami, not only is it a newer map, but just Zones in particular, if you have a really good strategy for locking them out, it can be hard to push back in. But, you know, tower control, especially on Undertow, like, it can be a bit of a runaway map mode, but I think Sonic Squad can bring it back in this next one if they're able to counter what Snack is bringing.
Exactly. And Sonic Squad did show a lot of. They did get a staggered wipe there in the middle of the last map, and they are showing that they can play against this comp that Snack brought out. I just don't. If Snack brings the same level of prepared performance as they did last match,
This
it's
would
going to
be
be really hard for Sonic.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And TC Undertow, potentially another nice map for the new Wiper Deco.
We know we're going to see a quick respawn weapon here. A really fast, go ooga booga aggressive weapon from Snack. Because that's how they played last match, and this is just a great map for that.
Oh, that's a new brush. Again, spicy with it.
Bringing the fan out. I am nicknaming it the fan, and nobody can stop me.
Snack bringing out the Wiper Deco along with the paintbrush. And of course, they're sticking with the tried and true 52 and Neo Splash. Neo Splash and the 52 just kind of going to be supporting that double aggression comp that they got going there. But that is going to be their 3 of their members down for Snack.
3 down, and Sonic, they're gonna get off the tower here because missiles. But other than that, they're looking a lot better than last map. I say that, and then Synapse goes burr.
You really brought the commentator's curse on them. So Snaps, see now I'm just completely running away with the S's, but Snaps going in, trying to get aggressive on their ramp there, but they are going to be taken down. That was long enough for them to stall that first checkpoint, and now they are on to their second one.
Carol, what are you doing? Oh, almost got the really good shark kill right there. But gets Wavebreaker in pretty good location, but 2 go down on the side of Snack, and Sonic Squad can really easily break back in here.
And of course, try to get the pick, but the ballpoint was ready for them and just shut that flank down. Sonic Squad able to push back up and once again trying to get their checkpoint. And there's going to be the strikes to come out and just push them back. But they're going to have to contend with the 2 members in this left corner.
And contest they will. 2 go down again on the side of Snack, and that's going to be the second checkpoint. Whittled down by a Sonic Squad.
But then, of course, we have the missiles. Missiles say, nope, not today. They are able to stop Sonic Squad from getting completely through that second checkpoint and thus maintaining their micro lead here. And with the 2 members down, they're going to be pushing back in and painting up.
Sonic Squad is, they're playing really well. And they're Kara.
Oh, Kara.
They get one. It didn't work out last time, but it worked out this time. But what didn't work out was the team fight. Snack and Sonic Squad actually both go down 3, and now it's just a reset to mid. So I don't know what I said about a reset towards mid. Snack's running away with this right here.
Yeah, it's like Sonic Squad almost had something going, but then they lost too many members, and with Snack already in possession of so much map control in the lead, like it just went back in their favor. But that's a nice double from the Inkjet. They just didn't see the paintbrush come out from behind.
Kara is playing like a shark. There is a great white in these waters, and their name is Kara. Absolutely using this paintbrush to perfection, in my opinion. Really trying to throw Sonic Squad, make them uneasy, make them feel uncomfortable, make them second guess their decisions, so that Snack's teamwork and their aggression will really throw them off.
Oh yeah, like they're using it quite effectively, which is impressive considering that they literally have not had any time to practice this except for this tournament. So they are certainly putting them through their paces, but that is going to be the nice 3 down for Sonic Squad, potentially getting them at least the room they need to get some map control back, because there's still a bit of a lead for Snack here.
There's a bit of a lead, and with the Gal going down, and now it's 2 going down on the side of Sonic Squad. Snack only has to wait, stall us out for 40 seconds, and that's incredibly doable. Especially because Inkjet looks like it's not going to get any splats, and I don't think there's any missiles on the side of Sonic Squad to stall this.
Yeah, it's like, even when it seems like Sonic Squad has been able to gain some ground through mid, like, look at all that blue paint out there. Snack just, they come back so quick.
There's blue paint in Sonic Squad's, almost Sonic Squad's spawn.
Oh yeah, if this were Turf War, it would be an easy win for Snack. And we see, what is that? Yeah, Synapse here with a 52, just way up in their base, wrecking havoc, keeping them as far away from the tower as possible. And that's kind of been like just overall consensus of this match. Snack being on top, slightly on top for the entirety of it, and just keeping Sonic Squad from really gaining any ground whatsoever.
Snack, they are hungry, and they're finding their snacks in Sonic Squad spawn. Going up 2-0 here, they're going to keep this aggression in map 3.
Oh, absolutely.
And map 3 is Rainmaker.
This is going to play so well into Snack's style so far. You know, like, once again, I feel like they're going to be sticking with that Wiper Deco. It's just such a good pick. Like, the Wiper in general is good for a Rainmaker, but the beacons and the missiles on top of that museum, I imagine they're going to be sticking with that.
Maybe we actually get a quad. We're not going to get the quad Wiper Deco. I cannot just speak it into existence. Wish I could.
They brought out the paintbrush. Anything is possible at this point.
You are right. Maybe we see an undercover Brella. Okay, maybe not that far.
That's a bit too off base right there.
We might say anything's possible, but I don't think that is possible.
Anything's possible short of an undercover Brella. Now, if they wanted to do a Brella, the new Tenta would be a excellent addition to their comp. Just like it just seemed like it would be a fun addition. Like, it'd be a nice guard.
It'd be nice. But let's be realistic here. We're not gonna see it.
No, you're probably right.
I am definitely not trying to Caster's Curse this into existence. Darn it. Wait, was that no Wiper Deco?
That is no Wiper Deco. They stuck with the paintbrush, but not the Wiper Deco. What?
They did swap it for a Nautilus, which is a decently aggressive weapon. Not as aggressive as their Wiper Deco, but still definitely has that potential.
Yeah, they swapped, because they did run the ballpoint in that first match, and now they've kind of like gone in between that and the Wiper with the knowledge is like a midliner. We'll have to. They are certainly getting the aggression though. They almost were able to get that checkpoint, but then the flank from behind shutting it down. Able to jump out. Oh, once again, like,
that's a lot of yellow paint.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Snack is already getting so much paint with a paintbrush in this corner. They're gonna. Well, I was gonna say there's a stall for time, but nope, they're dead. They're down.
Yeah, they stalled for time, but that time is very minuscule and not going to be important. What's going to be important is how Sonic Squad is going to take a mid here. Really good stall coming out there from the Gal on the side of Snack. Really just, but I don't know why it still is a good stall. That's actually gonna be a great stagger on the side on the side of Sonic Squad.
How did they strike the pedestal and not a single drop of ink on it? Like, that poor Rainmaker carrier had to paint on their own. Like, what? Oh, but that is going to be the checkpoint for Sonic Squad, but they lose 2 of their members, and with Snack getting the first checkpoint, they're going to maintain that lead, if it be by 1 point.
Snack here is, you know, they're getting mid consistently here, but the paintbrush, it's not getting that aggression that we were seeing in the last few rounds. It's still working. I don't know why I'm questioning it anymore. You know, they just keep proving me wrong.
Yeah, both Kara and Snaps here, like, even without their T, they
Carol.
keep pushing in. They've been getting picks. Like,
And they get one.
They're still going at it. Sonic Squad just not been able to keep up with them. Like, even when they do take map control, and they've already lost so much of it, they're not able to capitalize it just because of how aggressive
What was
those
that
two players
jump?
are.
Kara jumped into the pack line. It got punished. Oh my god. Rainmaker is reset, and there is a gal on the enemy plat.
They are wrecking all kinds of havoc here, and like, alright, so the Snack, they've got to, once again, it's a substantial lead. Like, all they got to do is keep up the shenanigans, keep them 1 or 2 members down. Like, they won't be able to get a decent push going if they keep this up.
There is first degree shaboingery going around here on the side of Snack, and it is working. The chaos, they are thriving in it. And they're using the new weapons well. Using them so well. We saw it on with the Deco Wiper, and we're seeing it here with the Paintbrush and Nautilus. Nautilus ain't a new weapon. But the way they're playing this, it's a new style. It is chaos. It is a brawler comp. It is effective, to say the least.
They are quite literally making things up as they go. That's like be another 3 down off
I
a Snack.
I feel like I'm watching an Anarchy game here. And it's working. It's working so well. This is like when you get, you know, 3 of your friends on in a Discord call and you decide to run it in some opens. And it's working.
I feel
I
like
don't know what to say.
The only safe spectates right now are Kara and Snaps, because anytime you swap to anyone else, it's just instant death. Like, instant death. Even when you do swap to them, it's like, nope, they finally take them down, but oh, the stall on that push there. Like, we're in the last 20 seconds, and Sonic Squad hasn't even gotten out of their own base yet. Like, they're 3 down once again. Just so much yellow paint out there, so much aggression coming up from Snack. It's like, Sonic Squad doesn't know what to do at this point.
I wouldn't know what to do at this point. There are the aggression, just the best. This is aggression in its perfect, most polished sense. Just so well played on the side of Snack, just beautifully using chaos and this aggression to disrupt whatever plans, whatever practice, the scrim practice, the, you know, all the teamwork that Sonic Squad was trying to bring here, just nullified completely straight out the gate. By just, I know this can't be played with keyboard, but they were W keying it. They were, their sticks were tilted forward. They are just, they see the enemy spawn and they are going. They are running, and it is working so, it worked so well.
Sonic Squad did not have an answer to that sheer W key miss from Snack there. So Snack will be taking this set to 3-0 against Sonic Squad, and quite well played as well, as you said, like just bringing out the new weapons and doing so well with them. Is like, kudos to Kara there. Like, wow, like completely new class of brush, and they slayed it with it.
No, kudos
quite
to
literally.
Synapse. Synapse was the MVP. Right?
Oh yeah,
Kara
kudos
was crying. Synapse was going insane the entire match. Just cracked beyond belief.
Could not.
They also,
lock them down.
I want to say this before before things happen. They didn't bring a ballpoint that lasts map, and
They did not.
we saw Sonic Squad get a lot of use from that. The inkjet throughout the entire map. Just the confidence to go, yeah, we're not going to bring a ballpoint. Instead, we're going to bring a paintbrush and a Nautilus.
Mm-hmm.
And dominate. And
Oh,
dominate is going to be the last word you're going to hear before we go to break.
But that is going to be the last you hear from us, so unfortunately we would have to sign off. So,
Oh yes, we do have to sign off. Silly me. I forgot to plug my channel.
yes, where can the good people find you?
You know, as much as I don't want to get found, you can. I stream almost. I won't be streaming for a week. But after the week's over, I do stream like every day. Over at twitch.tv/sir_bacon gaming. You will never see Splatoon there, and it's not because I don't like the game. It's because I don't have a capture card.
Ooh, yeah. That could be a bit of a bugger.
But you'll see all kinds of stuff there. Do not check my Twitter. It's at Incident4. Do not leave a follow. Mad, where can we find you?
Well, you can find me in all the usual places, Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube at IMedGamerII. I do a lot of the Splatoon content. In fact, with the new patch coming out, the new Heavy Deco, you will see that just all Heavy Deco 24/7 on any of my accounts. But, you know, that's fine. We could use a little bit more Heavy in our life.
Why not Wiper Deco 24/7? I don't see. You gotta ride the train.
I'll be riding the train, but I'll be on the undercarriage.
And you know what you do when you ride the train? You sit and you have a break. That's gonna be all from us.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Under Pressure. My name is Toma, and I'm joined by my great friend, Pinky. Pinky, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. I'm gonna be real. Before the tournament started, while Toma was doing that TO and stuff, I was playing a little bit of that new season good action, and I mean we've been seeing a little bit of it this tournament. We've seen some Pain Rush and some Wiper Deco, but I doubt we're gonna see some more as we go, into the semifinals match between SS Snack, which we just saw, and a very abruptly questioning team. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that.
I will just be calling them question mark as I did in SOS because I have no clue how to pronounce their team name. But very notable players on both sides. You got Jisha, Nami, Illuminate, Synapse from DNA and Snack, along with other members there too. I just know we're in for a great set. Of course, we just saw Snack take the 3-0 victory last round too.
Yeah, I mean that was a very dominant set on their part. I mean, maybe they're going to keep up their dominance versus question mark here, but I mean, obviously, big, as you said, big names on both sides, so definitely excited to see what happens. Maybe players will take this a little less seriously, but I feel like at this point in the bracket, this is where, the sleeves start getting rolled up a little bit, and we're going to see things starting off right off the bat on TC Macomart, and we see the squeezer right off the bat, change, not going quite on the meta, and here is the Wiper Deco being pulled out by, I believe, Snack.
Yeah, these squeezer buffs go insane, Pinky, that have been going on recently. A little bit of funny action.
The completely intended squeezer buffs that Illuminate is already taking advantage of.
Who can blame them? They're both going to be all kind of fighting around here on tower. One down on question mark as the strikes come out, but the squeezer finds its target there, Pinky. But just look at this bloodbath, 2 down on both sides. Neither team are really able to find the footing right now, but Snack is going to try to push this tower early.
Yeah, I mean, that squeezer from question mark went a bit too far behind, and that really, allowed Snack to feel more comfortable to push forward, and they're doing exactly that on this first checkpoint. Bit of a skirmish happening on that left side by that snipe area. Zab stands a little too close to that suction bomb. Jisha gets that kill, trying to just stave off, Snack with that tri-strike. Is able to do so, but question mark is going to go 2 down, and Snack has a really dominant hold over to the left side of the map here on that left stack, and question mark is kind of forced to all collapsing on that right side, and Snack starting to pick them off one by one.
Yeah, but look here, the teamwork there between DNA and Synapse and Zenith here, so well executed, able to secure that checkpoint for Snack as they're going to be trying to get around this corner. And Pinky, here's where it gets a little dangerous. Once it rounds that corner, sometimes it can be quite hard to stop, but Zenith being taken out and now Nico facing this pressure on the tower is going to buy a little bit of time for question mark to get back in, but you can see they're just kind of hopping on, tapping it, keeping it going just a little bit at a time, and that's kind of the struggle you face right here at this point on the map, as they're going to be taking this tower once again, trying to break checkpoint 2.
Yeah, exactly. The second checkpoint's so important. Nice pick on Jisha there by this Enzap. That's going to be Snack getting that second checkpoint. Synapse went all the way into the spawn following the missiles. Carry is going to get taken out by going a bit too far, but Snack already at that third checkpoint. Zenith wins the sword 1v1 versus the Stamper. Another juice has already come out, and Snack through that third checkpoint, making that charge for that knockout. They're going to be stopped here a little bit. Zuka is going to come out. It's already over. Snack 1 point away from this knockout, and they're able to get it, taking a very decisive game 1.
Oh my gosh, Pinky. At the beginning of that game, it was so back and forth. I didn't know what was going to be going on there, but Snack just really came back from it and were able to hold that tower pretty much uncontested for a lot of that game, really showing what's brought them here to semifinals tonight.
Yeah, I think the big decider for that first checkpoint that really started Snack's momentum was just the amount of control they were able to get on the left stack, and that made it so question mark couldn't roll out on the left side at all, and they were just forced to take that drop on that right side, and that drop is so easy to catch, especially when you have as good of a wiper as Zenith is, to be completely honest. Zenith incredibly solid on that wiper, especially, now able to support the team a little bit better with those missiles that we absolutely saw flying out to support Synapse a little bit at the end. And I mean, that's just tower control sometimes. Once you get that ball starting to roll, it really keeps on going. And I mean, I can't really say that the second map is that much different. We're going to go right into Rainmaker Scourge Gorge here on game 2.
You know, and this has always been such a hold forward map to me, Pinky. Like, once you break that second check or that first checkpoint and you're going towards the second, you know, area where you've got that goal, if you can just run it forward and just get as many points on the board as you possibly can, that's usually what makes the difference between winning or losing this map. You just gotta find the right moment to break through. If you can get 1 or 2 down and just kind of force your way through that choke point, you can get a lot of points on the board, because this is simply not a map where you see teams KO, especially when you have teams of these skill levels going against each other.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's a tight race. Both these teams know what cards they have on the table, but to be honest, in my honest opinion, Rainmaker Scorch Gorge is just Rainmaker Black Belly incarnate. So we might see some of that action coming right back.
That is so true, Pinky. I love you for making that comparison.
It's Rainmaker Black Belly. You get past the first checkpoint and game's over. Bye bye. GG's.
And you know, us Zenith actually we're seeing here bringing out the Wiper Deco. I believe they were on V Wiper last time, unless I'm crazy, which is always a possibility. But it's nice to see one of those new weapons coming out. We see the Stamper coming out on the side of Question Mark, despite all the nerfs that it's been facing this season.
Yeah, I mean, Stamper got a lot of nerfs. I mean, people are saying QR Sword is pretty decidedly dead, and I can agree with that. Illuminate able to catch that beacon very effectively. Question Mark going for that left checkpoint incredibly quickly just on that bridge with that Tacticooler. Both of these teams are running the Graze out. We didn't really comment on that in the last game, but with the new Tacticooler buffs, especially with the new Special Power Curve, I mean, Graze App is probably going to see a lot more usage in this patch, and I mean, maybe even something like Entry. Obviously, Entry not amazing on this map, but Graze App absolutely making it work. And right now, Snack is trying to make something work after that amazing push from Question Mark there to get that first checkpoint. Synapse trying to make things happen, is forced to retreat though.
Yeah, I mean, you're so right with that too. You know, I think that Cooler is in such a better spot than it was before, and you know, this could be like I think this is such a great patch for support players in general, because you've got that. You've also got the bubble buff for, you know, weapons like Vanilla Junior that are now just made a lot more viable. So support players right now cheering big time. But this Rainmaker right now, you know, ignore Question Mark, you're not cheering, you're wanting to get that out of here. Jisha going to be moving forward, trying to force it out, going to be jumping it off the map for the reset. You see all that pink in their elbow. They're going to try to maintain it, and 3 down on the side of Question Mark. It looks like they are going to be able to. Zenith going to be picking it up and trying to get in there, picking up that Tacticooler, going to be popping that checkpoint, and they're going to try to keep this forward momentum. But with 2 down, Pinky, this might be a little bit harder for them right now.
Yeah, what was so unfortunate is that pretty much as soon as Jisha jumped it off the map, all of the members of, you know, Question Mark went down, and Snack trying to push it forward. The Wiper did fall behind. Zenith is going to be joining the fight late, but it's just the Squeezer left alive. Illuminate forced to back up all the way into their spawn. Synapse going to help get that pop here, set up the wall with that 52 gal. Just try to put on as much pressure as possible, getting very close to that whale, which is only going to further support that Rainmaker. Meanwhile, Nico Loco just trying to make some magic happen with this Rainmaker here. Whale is on the table, but the Rainmaker gets snuffed out there at the very end. And Snack is starting to go down, starting to lose numbers. That whale has popped a little bit early, and we're seeing Synapse being forced to retreat here.
Yeah, Kara, you know, as soon as I was about to say something, Kara goes down, but holding it down in that corner for quite a long time. But you already see, look how fast the members of Snap are back and ready to try to continue something here in this elbow. It looks like they're probably not going to be able to get to this Rainmaker in time to be able to grab it, but there's just a lot of pressure going on right now, Pinky. And actually, is this Rainmaker? It is popped. Okay, so I'm not crazy, but they end up picking it up, and Zenith able to extend that lead there. That is huge for Snack, and you see that they're still able to keep up the fight.
Yeah, and Nico Loco is still there, still giving jumps to all the team, and it's just Raze on that splash, left alone, holding that crafting. Zenith's gonna pick up the Rainmaker again, gets it down to 27, crafting in the worst spot possible here, gets shredded immediately, does force Nico Loco to drop, but the crab is taken out. It's essentially a 3v3 around the Rainmaker right now. Illuminate trying to hold down with that range, but Synapse sharking by this point, still putting on pressure, is able to get the pick on Nico, and Illuminate finally gonna get that 52 out of there, but Kara is still here applying pressure. I think Snack's push is finally over, but they took 3 minutes off the clock to get it down to 27.
That was so. I thought Synapse was for sure gonna pick that back up and score just a little bit more. They were able to keep that alive for so long, but now it's their chance to respond. Jade stuck in this Zipcaster behind them in their base, gonna be trying to zip onto Zenith there, but forced to recall and staying alive somehow here for just a little bit. Zenith finally finishing them off. You've got this fight going on here right now. The members of Snack playing so excellently off of each other. Kara getting a nice double there. Seeing if they can find the third. No, they can't. Question mark going to be making their move, trying to get back into mid. They're facing this whale going back in. Maybe popped a little bit too soon, but Pinky, but there is only 20 seconds left on this clock, and there is a lot of ways to go for question mark to get this Rainmaker forward. And look just how much Pink is in mid right now, Pinky. It is going to be a tall order. They've got to get up there fast. You see that they're going to be moving towards the Rainmaker right here. They're going to jump it off, but look at this. The 10 missiles on them. Synapse is going to be closing in, and that is going to be the second game for Snack.
Yeah, Toma. I mean, this map might just be named after me because of how pink it is, honestly. Like, it's a little ridiculous here, just how much control Snack had for so much of that game. You know, question mark got that, you know, early breakaway checkpoint on the left side. Snack clearly not happy about that and decided to hold on to the Rainmaker and just have a dominant control of 70% of the map for about 3 minutes. And I mean, if that's not Rainmaker Black Belly, then I don't know what is.
You're literally so right on that one too. You know, and it may be a little bit of a guilty pleasure mode there. I know, you know, it was not the most favorite mode in Splatoon 2, but I liked it. I've always, no, you have to understand too, I've always just been like the reigning monarch of bad map opinions because I have so many of them, and that was one of my beloved. I even loved it when it was broken and you had that giant wall and you would just like jump over it and gain so many points, and then they had to like take it out of the rotation forever to fix it. That, yeah.
I love that. I love Splatoon 1 just banning maps. Also, Toma, I gotta ask, you're a TO. Are you the one responsible for putting shit like clams mahi in every tournament?
If they gave me charge of the map pool, yes, I would be that person. However, they're smarter than that. They know what I will do to a map pool, so I am not left in charge of that decision.
Thank fuck for that, because we have a much better Clamblitz map coming up. It's going to be Clamblitz Museum, arguably the best map mode in the game. I would definitely argue for it personally, but I mean, neither of these teams really care about the quality. They just want to make sure they get that W. Zenith once again on that Viper Deco. We are going to see Nico Loco staying on that Gray Zap. Snack has not really seen a reason to change their comp. It's been working for them exceptionally well. Question mark though, going to switch off of that Gray Zap back on, I believe, a Neo Splash. So maybe those Tri-Strikes going to help them get a little bit of control before they push up, but at this point, it is question mark that has to respond here. They're down 0-2 versus Snack in top 4 here.
Yeah, and look at already all those missiles and those Tri-Strikes coming in from the side of Snack. You know, it's a scary thing when you've got those specials flying at you with less than 30 seconds, you know, on the match. And it feels a little bit like Splatoon 2, where you would just rush out and farm armor missiles, but they farm missiles Tri-Strike. And now, look, they're forward. They're going to be throwing all those clams to Zenith. They got the splash wall pop. They've created of this space here in front of that basket to get this push together, and that splash going to be emptying their hands all the way into the basket, bringing it down almost to 50. They've almost gotten halfway through their score. That's really impressive for an opening push.
Especially on a map mode like Museum Clams. And look, they're still there. 2 of them do go down. It's 2 versus 2 on the spot here. Jisha trying to hold down the fort desperately. Is going to be forced to run away, though. And that could be all that Kara needs to get back onto the spot, get some control going. But they have to start winning this fight here. They're going to get jumped by Race. Is able to win that 1v1. Jisha's going to come around for them. Tri-Strikes being popped by Kara as the rest of Snack is coming around. Synapse with that 52 going around. Nico back on the plat with the power clam, with the soda activated. Tri-Strikes in a desperate attempt, but it's 3 versus 3 between both of these teams right now as Nico is nearing the basket. 2 clams go in, 38 points for Snack, and they still have presence on this plat. Synapse has some clams in store, has another ball here, and this power from Snack is just not stopping anytime soon.
No, it certainly is not. You see, they've got beacons up in here as well, ready to give jumps back into their teammates. Only 1 up on the side of question mark. You already have Nico pretty far forward there, just looking for the right opportunity to be able to open basket once again. And there it is. And look at that, another power clam thrown in, Pinky. This game is going to just go so fast. Synapse just needs to throw that last clam in, and they're able to find it. I am utterly blown away by this match, Pinky.
Homa, I think it's the fastest match of not even Rainmaker, Clamless Museum. It felt like Rainmaker with how fast that was. My God.
That was
barely over 2 minutes, and SS Knack takes that game 3 and takes the set with and moving on to grand finals.
Pinky, just the way that they were able to handle that is so impressive, because let's not undermine the strength of Question Mark as a team. This is a team that is really, really solid. You know, they've made a great name for themselves. We've seen them in SOS, you know, week to week, that are constant, you know, great white placements. These are good teams, but still Snack was able to pull out a victory like that, and that to me just shows really how well they were able to play off of each other.
Yeah, absolutely. They are the Snack, and they are certainly smiling back, just like the Goldfish in all these stages, and they're going to be moving on to grand finals. Obviously, commendable effort to Question Mark here for making it to top 4, but this is where their run ends, and it's going to be Snack moving on. So, I mean, I guess just gotta waffle on a little bit. Zenith on that Wiper Deco. I think that Wiper Deco might have been a bit of that difference maker, because missiles have not really been on the meta for most of the modes other than Splat Zones, of course. So that might not have been something that Question Mark was exactly used to.
Yeah, you know, and it's been such a weird meta compared to Splatoon 2, where we just saw armor missiles all the time, because until now, missiles have never really been on a weapon that can pop them and move in efficiently. You know, you've got them on Gootuber, you've got them on like Reflux. They're not the best fighting weapons. Although, I mean, some will argue if you're, you know, if you're Pika Dave and you have a Reflux in your hand, maybe it's a little bit different for you.
Reflux is the best missile weapon in my heart, man.
Yeah, it's not going to be the case for most players, but now Wiper, which has always held a very strong place in being able to run in and be able to skirmish effectively, it uses those missiles so well. And with it getting in too, if it can get up into a sneaky position, place those beacons for jumps in on its team too, this whole kit really synergizes with what Wiper wants to do.
Yeah, and it just plays to how good of a support weapon the main weapon can be, and SS Snack has definitely been taking advantage of it. But guess what? Here we are in grand finals. Another best of... Is it a best of 5 set, or is it best of 7?
This is best of 7.
Best of 7, baby! We got, guess what? Versus Snack here in this grand finals. Snack for the 3rd time? I mean, that's how good they are being on streaming. But guess what? Have some heavy hitters of their own, notably Kingja here on this roster. So definitely excited to see what is going to shake out in this grand finals here.
Yeah, and you know, we're seeing it. This is, again, another great team, guess what, coming up to here. Basically, you know, just a variation of 1-2 Buckle My Shoe, which is a great team. You know, I just talked about Question Mark making great white in, you know, several SOSs. Buckle My Shoe, of course, a team that has won SOS and been podium multiple times. And this, I know this is going to be a fantastic match, and it's going to be starting, you know, on that same silly little map mode that we just saw, that we were talking about just a little bit earlier, Pinky, on Rainmaker's Scorched Gorge.
Yeah, I mean, we're back on Scorched Gorge, which, I mean, some people like this map, and you know what, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, I guess, but I mean, opinions aside, we're just going to be getting right into it here, into this grand finals match between Guess What and Snack here. Zenith going to be sticking on that Wiper Deco. Snack seeing no reason to change their comp from last set, but we're seeing for the first time on stream, I believe, Sorella Tenebrella brought out by Guess What.
That I am so excited to see, honestly. Like, in there, like, when
there it is.
See
it's already broken.
Like, you know, it will break. It is a umbrella at the end of the day, but it is quite hilarious to see. But right now, you know, you've got Nico here running up Synapse, ready to go into the base. Snack ready to show that same kind of dominance that they showed just last game or last round, as they're going to be trying to force this forward into their base. But, you know, guess what? Not going to be wanting to give that up as quickly. But the Brella goes down, just the Stamper left online, and it comes from behind Pinky for the KO. They're not going to be letting that Rainmaker reach the pedestal quite yet.
I'll be honest, I've just been laughing for the last like 30 seconds just out of just the sheer terror of what do you do as a 10 umbrella? Your shield is destroyed by the wall and there's 10 missiles onto you. What do you do? What do you do when this team's just running at you? And that's, I mean, exactly what we saw. The 10 umbrella fell, the defense fell with it, and Snack got all the way to that 23-point marker. And I mean, not exactly a safe lead. I feel like a safe lead is somewhere in the territory of 19 and below. But a fantastic early push within the first minute, and Snack, they didn't really sacrifice a whole lot for this push. They're living large in mid, but, you know, guess what? Starting to establish some control here. Kingdom with this roller moving in, popped the bubble a bit back, is able to get a nice double on the two of the primary support players on Snack here, and that's going to allow, guess what, to start to move in toward that first checkpoint.
Yeah, just that Viper up, gonna be trying to find the Rainmaker if they can, but the Rainmaker actually gonna be picking Zenith off there, and that is going to be a great pick on the side of guess what, is they're going to be gearing up to try to attempt this push. The Tent Umbrella shield trying to clear the way, but now it's in front of them. The paint is going to be coming out. That's going to be the full wipe on to guess what.
Yeah, that Tent Umbrella from guess what was just stuck in no man's land as all their friends died around them, and Tent soon had to join them, and that's going to leave, guess what, back at square one here as Snack quickly getting that mid control back. Sinaz popping that whale pretty early, but that's only going to help keep, guess what, back out of mid. Guess here on this Stamper, trying to make something happen with that Zipcaster, but they get immediately taken out by Zenith here onto this Viper. Crab not really getting a whole lot of value from where it's being popped, is able to suppress a few people on the ramp, but it expires fairly quickly, but Zenith gets caught out under that plat by Guess on that run back of the matchup. And guess what? Trying to reestablish some mid control, but it's not going great for them right now.
Oh my, yeah, but a nice, the full wipe. Pinky, this could be where it might come together. If they can move fast enough, they can get this up there. Here comes the Stamper, going to be trying to distract up here on this ledge and clear some space, but oh, 2 down. Pinky, those situations can be so hard now. Just Guess left, forced to back up, and that's one of those things, you know, you have to move so fast when you have that wipeout.
Exactly. I mean, I quite literally enacted the commentator's curse there in favor of guess what, but just wasn't quite able to get to that lead point. They got around to the 50-point marker for the second time this game, but no further. They got a little bit too hasty and he got stuffed out. And speaking of hasty, that's exactly what Snack is doing to get back to mid, just moving in with the utmost aggression here. Just this entire map here is purple, like predominantly just establishing their color, and even now Snack has that numbers advantage. It's just what and but forced to back up all the way into the spawn. Zuka from the tent is going to come out, but it's not really going to find much. Here comes the Crab to stop the Rainmaker a little bit, but Snack is more than willing to let these specials just be burned on the side of guess what.
Yep, and right now, Pink Easy, but they're fighting for their lives, trying to keep them out here. Now Snack gonna be trying to move a little bit further in and firing on there. Look at all the dipping and dodging from those Rainmaker shots. I thought that they were gonna go down earlier than that, but just not quite. Staying alive is exactly what they want to do here, and they're doing such a great job. But now guess what? It's their time to respond, Pinky, but we saw how fast they moved last time, and you know, I think part of it has to do with that insap. I'm not quite sure if last time they had that tacticaler up and that's how they got back in so fast, but it would totally make sense because, yeah, there it is, popped on the defense, and so if they go down on defense, they can come back in so fast, and that's really valuable. The missile's gonna be popped as well, forcing them to be stalled for just a little bit. Can't pick up that Rainmaker and force it forward with all the missiles bunched up on you. But now here's guess what's final attempt to get in. They see this jump here, they're going to be taking it out, and they need to pick off a path to move this Rainmaker forward safely. The sign-ups there on the side, the Tri-Strikes and the Whale going to be coming out in tandem. Nico moving forward, trying to pick off the Rain, but look how well Butt is staying alive right now. But Pinky, there's just not a path forward at this moment. The right cards haven't come together quite yet. And here, Pinky, this is where the magic happens.
Oh my god,
Pinky is going to be
all
I'm
the way
freaking out.
back. Guess what? Chicken butt in your spawn, and that's going to be game 1 of Grands going in their favor. Just the last second, they waited for their opportunity perfectly there. Twice on that respawn, Nico got, oh, look at that fist bump between What and Butt. Well deserved after a hard-fought victory, but Nico dropped in a little bit too early 2 times in a row. Daps got a little bit too caught off on the left side of spawn there. Got picked off being a little bit too hasty to get back into the action. Just a few tiny mistakes from Snack all added up in that last final moment where they went 3 dead. It was just the splash forced to drop and find that Maker, and that Maker was being body blocked from every direction. And guess what? Takes a game off Snack, which I believe no other team has been able to do so far this tournament.
I'm still utterly in shock there. You know, like it was like I said at the point in time there, they didn't have the path, but they played it so patiently, Pinky. They waited for the exact right moment, because I think if they had charged in any sooner, that would have ended very, very differently. They waited for those specials. They waited for that bubble to be able to protect them, and I can't imagine a more beautiful ending there.
That was just absolutely ridiculous. Like, I've not seen a match like that in a minute, where it was just so, I'll be honest, from my point of view, it felt a little bit hopeless for Guess What for a lot of that, because so many times they got into that 50-point marker and just couldn't get any further. But finally that defensive Snack was able to crack, and Guess What was able to force their way in. And now Snack in a bit of an uncomfortable position, not quite a game up yet, has to fight back, and we might just have a set ahead of us. But time will tell as we quickly head on to game 2 on Clam's Inkblot. Tomo, what are some of your thoughts on this stage?
You know, this is a stage for sure. Not my favorite stage, but it is a good stage.
Okay.
I will say that. Personal bias aside, it is a good stage. I just personally don't like it. But you know, the taunts we're gonna see rolling out from both sides. With the cooler buff, you know, I'm kind of seeing just the same comp I would expect out of Snack, with, you know, the addition now of the Flingza roller, which I still think is a great choice. It's a good missile option as well if you're not going to be running the new Wiper Deco. On the side of Guess What, though, they're still bringing out that really unconventional Sorella tent, and I'm Pinky, I love to see unconventional weapons played, and I'm so excited to see more of this. I mean, they won. I didn't think that they were going to win last game with that thing, and they did. So who knows what could happen in these games.
Well, what could happen is Guess What's going to go 3 down in the first minute, and that's going to pave the way for Snack to have the opportunity for a lot of control in mid, but they're a bit slow to push up in this mid. Still firmly painted orange. Now Nico's going to be able to cover it up on that right side of mid, and all of a sudden, Guess What is, you know, kind of locked in on this left side, is able to break out just a little bit. Guess on this Stamper, forcing the way onto Plat, is able to get the kill and carry. That's 3 dead on the side of Snack, but is going to break that checkpoint. There's another ball on the way from that Sorella tent, and guess what? Knocking on the door once again with a much stronger start this game.
They sure are, Pinky. Like, this is an incredible turnaround there, and they're still scoring, Pinky. This has gone down to 42 now. They still have Clams ready to go. They've got that bubble out 2 down right now, but what here going to add even more to that? They're going to be picking up just Clams in the base of Snack, just to keep this open any bit longer that they possibly can. And Pinky, it's still going. It's still going. Every
the blender does not stop. Wait, that's a knockout. Oh my god.
If they had survived that, Pinky, that could have been insane.
That would have been the game. That would have just been the game if Bud had made it to bats, because they had enough claims to knock it out. They had the 6 claims needed for the last 18 points. But Snack just barely able to stop it in the nick of time, and now they have a chance to push of their own. Nico all juiced up, making their way to that Plat, trying to get the kill on the tent, is able to do it. Nico now has a ball that's 2 power claims on the side of Snack here, but they don't have a ton of control. Guess is still behind him, being a thorn in their side quite literally here, and that's going to force Snack to rotate around, and that's going to give Guess What a chance to reclaim that left side control here. That's really crucial, but now it's a 2 against 2 here. Crab battle is going to go in favor of Guess What, though, and that's going to let Guess What stop Snack from taking the Plat and getting a score.
Yeah, and now they have 3 up on Snack. Sorry, going to be moving in towards mid. You can see that orange paint coming down. Snack going to be trying to find their self and their footing again in their own plat before moving back out in the mid. Nico trying to get some stuff down. Synapse on the side, taking a battle with the Stamper with that wall, but ultimately both sides look like they're going to back up from that one just a little bit. In comes the Zipcaster, trying to see what plays it can find, but it's going to go down in that Zipcast, and now Pinky, it's just Butt alive on guess what? This is going to be the opportunity for Snack to score. They've got the power underneath that basket. They've got some clams to follow up on, but it's a huge deficit to be coming back from, and you can already see all of this orange going down. King Jaw coming around on the roller, going to be finding a great triple there on defense. Just the Flingza roller left alive on the side of question mark, and the trade is going to finish that off there. Guess what? Has a solid control of middle once again.
I mean, King Judge showing why they are the king. Gets a nice little quad for the Twitter clip there. And guess what? Just has 2 power claims already. If you think back on that push, just imagine how little pain Snack had to work with on the plat. And already, guess what is responding with a lot of pain on their own. But gets the nice snipe with the Crab there. Crab is going to be making its way onto the plat here, and the bubble from King J is going to allow an easy claim to be scored. That's 2 dead on the side of Snack, and 1 is going to be jumping back for that final power claim for the knockout. But guess what? Might not even need it. Here comes the balls. Not even needed. The power claim not even required as guess. Gets the last 2 clams in, and Snack not quite, playing as well as we've seen. Down 0-2 versus guess what?
And so I just have to comment on this too, because it was just so funny to me, is in there in that last moment, the bubble gets popped on a plat, and you see the crab tank just start rolling towards the safety of the bubble to try to go get its clams in. That was a little silly moment, I thought, that happened there at the end. It's like that crab so desperately wants to get inside the bubble, and they were able to make that work. Just the absolute utter dominance there from guess what, especially in that opening push, Pinky. That was so close to becoming a 0 to 100 moment, and even when they would get wiped or soft wiped, they would be back into mid so fast, controlling that area and trying to get back to where they can make a push again, or just stopping a push that was coming into their own plat, as we saw when Snack was able to get that good push, and guess what, responded really quickly. And what mode better is holding space gonna be in than splat zones, especially Mahi that we've got coming up. That kind of speed to move back in is gonna be really important, especially on such a short map like Mahi.
Yeah, and I feel like pace has been a brutal aspect in this set so far, because Snack, especially with, I don't know if it's Zenith switching to that Flings roller, or maybe just some nerves or that momentum being taken out of their sails a bit at the end of the game 1, but Snack's been playing at a much slower pace than we've been seeing throughout this tournament, and guess what? Absolutely capitalizing on it, just using that tent to skirmish so effectively and just start to, get that slow roll and steamroll. It takes a little bit, but once it gets in, it's very hard to get, guess what, back out, and guess what absolutely has the firepower to force a path for that tent to get in. So I don't really know what it is. It could just be a bit of unfamiliarity with, what guess what is doing, but Snack needs to find a way to get that momentum and get that pace back in their favor, and Zones Mahi might be the map to do it just because of how fast-paced this map is.
Yeah, it certainly may, and we don't really see any changes coming out there. We see the ballpoint coming out now, though, from
And
Snack.
the crack-on roller.
That is a crack-on. That is a change. I am just filled with lies today here, Pinky.
Just a good little guy.
Just a funny little... I'm spreading misinformation on the internet. It's my favorite thing to do. But the ballpoint, I think, a great pick here. Inkjet, such a solid special, still is going to be at a little bit of funky spectator cam stuff there, zooming up the wall, love to see it. As guess what is going to be able to flip that zone. You now have a 2-down situation on Snack. They're going to be trying to get back in here. Those tri-strikes coming out from the zone, but are just easily covered up. And look, King Jaw here ready to just take this Kraken out on whoever moves in. And they see Synapse there, I believe. No, they don't actually. They're going to be trying to get the Jet with that. And they're going to be going back around Zenith in the zone. King Jaw not quite able to make use out of that Kraken. I think he was in a good position, but they just couldn't quite find the people.
Yeah, exactly. But I think potentially the biggest change to Snack's comp that we didn't even talk about, this comp has been entirely overhauled. Gray's app is gone. Nico Loco is on that Neo Splash instead. There is no more Soda, and so far, I guess it's working for them well. Those Tri-Strikes are very nice to have on zone, but here comes the Crab Tank, and the Zipcaster combo from that Swatana Stamper takes out that ballpoint. 3 are going to go down on the side of Snack. Last one is Zenith's going to be forced to jump out, trying to preserve as much of that missile charge as possible, and guess it's just going to be raining down that hell on that plat of Snack, as guess what, it's going to get through their penalty and try to find that lead, but 3 go down!
Yeah, and caught in those missiles too. You know, it's such a small kind of cramped map here. Missiles can really shine, especially when you get it as fast as Viper Deco does. You know, 190p for special, assuming that they're not running any sort of special charge up in any form. So that's just going to be really fast onto the zone right now. King Jaw getting a great pick. They're going to be moving back in, trying to create some space for guess what, coming back up, and it just gonna barely miss that kill on the ballpoint as they're able to roll back up that wall and get back to safety. Once again, Snack going to be moving in on this zone. Already got it in a neutral space. They've got that Inkjet coming out too, and that's going to be enough to flip Pinky. Right now, it just looks like a little bit of a bloodbath there happening as all teams are just trying to find the picks on each other desperately. King Jaw moving in, getting one pick there, but now going down. Nico Loco going to be trying to take a more aggressive position if they can with the 3 down. Going to be stopping guess what from coming back in. This is definitely Snack's opportunity to get some points on the board, but they're taken out by the Trizuka.
What indeed, as that Zuka from the 10 is going to, you know, get things back in the favor of guess what a little bit, but that's a massive lead from Snack here, down to 22. But the thing about Mahi zones is that no lead is safe until it's 0, because getting lockouts on this map is honestly very easy because it's just a mandated drop to get into mid, and Snack starting to field a little bit. All 3 of them are bunched up in the same corner, and that Zipcaster trying to hunt for some picks. Tri-Strike's going to help try and get Snack back in the middle a little bit, but that 10 is going to get that assist on that flash. 2 are dead. 3 are dead on the side of Snack. It's just that 52 Synapse trying to make something happen, but stuck in a corner here, and King Jaw hunting for them, trying to get this pick. Guess is able to get the assist there, but 2 are down on the side of guess what, but this is now or never, do or die for Snack here, as the lead is back in favor of guess what. Zenith trying to take control of the zone all by himself, but that's out of paint, and now Snack does not have the players alive to get the zone here. There's so much paint coming out from guess what. 3 are dead, it's just a ballpoint, and guess what just has the paint over the zone. And that's going to be, guess what, going up 3-0 versus Snack in Grand Finals, 1 game away from taking the tournament.
Oh my god, Pinky, that has to feel so rough there. You know, Snack was in such a great position there, and they did such a good job holding that zone for so long. But just like you said, you know, this map is one of those where it is not safe until you reach 0. It's such a short and fast map. It's easy to rush back, and you know, if you're going down on your hold, if you can get back in before your team wipes, you can just continue the hold. And on the other side of that, if you're trying to break in, you've got, like you said, you got to drop, and it can be really rough, and it's just, that lead just slipped away. It's so painful to see. And now they're going to be wishing on the reverse sweep, Pinky, and that, you know, is a tall order, but you got to take it game by game, and that starts on tower control, Sturgeon Shipyard. And Pinky, how do you think this changes? What do they need to do to stay alive here in Grands?
I think this is definitely the slowest paced map we've seen in Grand so far. And I mean, maybe that will favor Snack here. They've not been doing so great on these faster paced maps in, you know, games 1 through 3. But I think what Snack needs more than anything is to get that momentum back in their favor. We saw that a little bit there on Zones Mahi. They started to get things back in their favor. They were feeling a little bit more comfortable. But guess what, just pulled the rug out from under them and was able to get that lockout here. So, I mean, Snack has to get that momentum back in their favor. We saw how strong they played when they played confidently on that game 1, how just dominant that lead was for so much. But now the shoe is quite literally on the other foot here. They're staring down a 4-0 sweep here in Grands, and guess what? Saying, you know what? You thought this tournament was safe. Nothing is safe. You now have to get that reverse sweep, and Snack really needs to get something going back in their favor here.
Yeah, they definitely do, Pinky. And I think you're right about saying the pace of the maps. You know, tower control is automatically going to just be one of those slower modes because you don't really have it. Like zones, you do have to wait on the timer to tick down, but you can push so far ahead of that zone, or you can create lockouts that are just so brutal. But you don't really have that option with tower control. You are limited by the tower's pace. You've got to follow its path, and if you push too far ahead of it, you're gonna leave it vulnerable to flanks or somebody coming behind on it, which you definitely don't want to do. So maybe Snap can really take advantage of that, use the pace of the game in this map mode to their favor, and that's definitely what they need to do to stay alive.
Absolutely here, but here we go. Game 4. Guess what? Up 3-0. This could be the last game of the tournament. Zenith going to the machine, the archaic ancient magic. Nico Loco back on that Gray Zap here. I mean, hey, that machine got nerfed pretty heavily. I'd argue even harsher than Stamper. That extra 5 frames is brutal, but Machine is still going to do Machine things, and I mean, probably what it's going to do is make that 10th life an absolute living hell.
The machine, that weapon everybody will bring back from the grave no matter what happens to it, but Snack with the early 3 down, but gonna try to hold it here with that crab tank. Gonna try to go over Spinner, but you saw that machine firing up on that, but Xena stopped very quickly to be firing at somebody else. But you see Butt here is just trying to take these fights, but is losing to the members of Stack who are just kind of bunched up on them. And right now, this tower is moving pretty uncontested, Pinky. Snack is in a great spot here right now to be able to continue this push through the second checkpoint as well. Guess what? Really just struggling to find their way back in. Zenith with the flank as well. Not quite able to find the picks, but definitely able to stall some time off that timer as the tower is pushed all the way to 21. Just the Stamper left right now. They're able to find one pick on the tower and providing jumps in. And then that's a second pick actually for the Stamper there as well. Going to be able to hold that defense. That's going to be critical for them to not lose the game right there.
I'll be honest there, I'm pretty sure that the machine nerf caused Zenith the pick on Kingja there in that one moment. But regardless of that, I think for the first time since game 1, we are seeing Snack playing confidently. They confidently march forward toward that first push, but now they're back on the back foot. Let's see how they can handle defense here. Guess coming in from the right side, trying to divert the attention with the Booyah Bomb. It's going to find the tower regardless, but there's only 2 left alive on the side of Snack, and they're bunched up a little bit on the court. Kingja is going to go down with that roller, and Zenith moving forward a little bit, sees that tent, is able to get the assist on it, and right now it's a battle for mid here. Crab is going to be popped, just trying to push back Nico as much as possible, but the roller gets taken out, the Crab is forced out instead, the tent jump thing is taken out, and that's a delayed wipe most likely on guess what here. Beautiful defense from Snack.
Snack is definitely not letting Guess What take the wind out of their sails just yet. This is really, like you said, Snack has finally found their footing. They've found what works for them here, and they've been making great advantage out of it. But Kingja here, not wanting this to end so soon, gonna be sneaking around here, trying to poke around on this tower, but 2 down on Guess What. It looks like this push may still continue. Synapse doesn't quite see Kingja there, and Kingja's gonna move up on the tower, gets 1 pick, doesn't quite find anything else, and the tower's lead is going to move forward. Nico Loco popped that cooler, and now with just 1 up on the side of Guess What, this may be where it ends, and Snack is going to be able to claim a game here in Grands, and they're going to be able to start their journey towards a reverse sweep.
I'm telling you, Toma, and we said it before, we'll say it again, this is how it starts. Snack played that game confidently. They were spreading out their offense beautifully, especially on that first push to 21, where they all went all different ways into the enemy spawn, but still was able to cover so many angles. Absolutely incredible push from Snack there, and in the end, they were just able to outlast Guess What, getting a little bit desperate there. Guess What, might have seen the victory a little bit too early, played a little bit too hasty there, and that kind of cost them the game. But most importantly, in the context of that set, that cost them a hell of a lot of momentum, and now Snack is going to try and ride that through the rest of the set as best as they can.
It sure does. And momentum and just morale in this game can weigh so heavily into games, and you can see it apparent in players' playstyles. When they're just losing game after game after game, you can often see the mistakes that'll come out. You can see kind of the desperation that happens as they feel a set slipping away from them. But now that game is going to inspire a lot of confidence in Snack to be able to come back and work towards this. They know hey, we got that first game there now in the bag. We can do this. We're going to be able to come back, and they're sure going to be trying to do it here. There's going to be our fifth game, going to be Manta, Maria, Rainmaker. And while the wind is in the sails of Snack right now, they've got that confidence boosting them. Pinky, this is definitely one of those modes that can move a little bit faster.
I mean, we are on a ship right now. Wind in your sails is going to accelerate things quite heavily, and I mean, that's exactly how Rainmaker Manta plays. That Rainmaker, once you get it dropped, pretty much once you get it past the 20-point marker, nothing else really matters. Because, like, it's just insane. You basically bum rush to that first checkpoint and then bum rush your way through street, and if you get that drop off the cliff, it's just such an insurmountable lead for the other team to deal with. It's so hard to even get the Rainmaker out of there, and that's exactly what I'm assuming we're going to see right now as we see this scramble for mid here. And we're seeing very clumped up positioning on both sides here. Snack is trying to take around this bunker, but guess what? It's trying to rally on that right plat. Kingja is able to get that snipe, or not the snipe, the pick on the Nico, but Guess is going to go down all the same. It's a bit of an even scramble here in mid, but it seems like Snack is the first team to start to push forward here, and with that whale support, it's going to further displace Guess what?
Yeah, and King Jaw gonna fall there as well. Gonna be a good situation for Snack to be able to take this first checkpoint. We're gonna be forced to back off a little bit there from incoming fire. Just the roller on line now. This is their opportunity. If they can pop this fast, they can move that in towards that drop. Like you said, it can be a really tough sell, and these strikes are going to be an excellent thing for them to try to push forward with. They're going to be dropping off now, and look, just like you said, Pinky, this is a rough situation to find yourself in if you're Guess What, and they're going to be riding it up to that podium all the way to one, Pinky, and now if you're Guess What, you have to knock out.
I'll be honest, I thought that was going to be a knockout from Snack. I feel like if they were just a little bit faster, if the Rainmaker carry was just a little bit, more brazen, had a little bit more of that dog in them, that would have been a knockout in favor of Snack. But this game is still going to go on for presumably another 3.5 minutes. But as you mentioned, Toma, it's going to be a bit of a mountain to climb. We're going to have to get that knockout, but we saw how quickly pushes can spiral out of control, and we saw how well Guess What can play with the momentum. Here comes that crab, gets a nice pick. It's going to suppress Synapse there a little bit on the 52 gallon. It's going to delay the defense there from them, and now the Rainmaker shots are going to come, starting to corner them a little bit. The whale is going to come out, I believe. No, it's not. I lied, actually, but Zap is going to get taken out. Machine coming from the bunker to rain heaven from above, but it is going to be the collective effort from Snack to stop the Rainmaker and stop that push from Guess What very short.
And I think this is the Snack that we saw in previous sets. I think that they were a little bit scared in these first games after taking some losses, not moving quite as fast, but it's completely different gameplay than those first 3 games, and Snack is just really using the momentum. They're moving much faster and much more confidently now. But right now, Guess What? Not going to let that deter them as they get that Zuka in, find a 2-down situation. They're going to be trying to get Synapse there in the corner, which they do, and they find a pick onto Zenith as well. 2 down is going to give them the opportunity to try to push this a little bit further. They continue to pick off some members of Snack to create that just constant man up situation. You've got the bubble in street, but just a little bit at the wrong spot. That suction bomb not gonna be, on the inside. It's going to be popping out, getting them out. They do break the checkpoint, Pinky, but right now it looks like it might be a little bit rough for a second. They're going to be chasing members backwards there, and now Snack is going to finally be able to kind of kick them out of street.
Yeah, and I mean, look at just everyone falling in mid on the side of Guess What and Snack so quickly. Look at the pace they're operating on. Just not even 20 seconds after that push from Guess What failed, and Snack has already had that Rainmaker in the opposing street, held by Nico Loco, going absolutely loco in here. Zenith gets a nice kill and an assist. It's just King on the roller left alive. Even they go down. It's just the splash trying to defend it. Not going to do it. And Snack takes another game here in this set. It's only getting more and more competitive, Toma.
Yes, Pinky, and this is what I'm talking about. You just got to take this game by game as part of this reverse sweep, and now they're going to be feeling even more confident. They picked up 2 games in a row. Guess what now is going to be feeling the pressure to shut this down? You do not want this to go to a 3-3 situation if you're guess what.
I mean, absolutely. I think, you know, I mean, we've said it before, and I'll say it again. Snack is just so good when they have the wind in their sails. Just absolutely so good at fanning out that aggression, always fighting and always just trying to find a way to get a little bit of momentum and just put a little bit of pressure to force that crack. And I mean, when you have a 10 on your team, once the structure starts to crack a little bit, there could really be a giant hole driven wide open, and Snack is doing exactly that. And now, guess what? Forced to go back on a bit of familiar territory here in Game 6. We're going to be going back to Scorch, this time on Clamblitz, and we might see what Guess What has been doing in Game 1 shine once again.
Yeah, you know, so this could be a little bit iffy. If this is where Guess What is going to come back, this is the opportunity they have. It's on a map that they won, on a mode that they won previously in this set, being just the Rainmaker Scourge and the Inkblot Clams games. So they know that this is definitely their best opportunity to be able to put a stop to this right now. They're going to be painting out, trying to find their way to get some clams in mid. You know, I love to say it all the time. The Clamblitz, you know, you just have this team fight, this deathmatch in the mid until you can find the right clams and picks that you need to move forward. And right now, we just see a ton of picks coming out on both sides, trades coming out left and right, as this mid is still highly contested by both teams.
Yeah, in 30 seconds, I think I saw 5 people go down. I'll make that 7. I'll make that 9. And it's a 1v1. In the first 40 seconds, it's Zenith versus Guess in a fight for the death, and they go even. The jump in, though, Kingja is going to help, you know, Guess What, come out of that a little bit ahead, but on the wrong side of the map, not able to get anything started. And once again, this mid is in a bit of a stalemate here. And I mean, neither team able to get that leg up, but you know, Guess What certainly has the better control here, but that positioning is incredibly clumped here, but they're slowly forcing Snack to take respite on that ramp there. Strikers are going to be able to break that formation a little bit and get Snack back into mid here, but Guess What still here applying that pressure.
They sure are. And but now 2 down on Guess What. You've got just the Stamper there here in mid, really trying to hold it down, able to find a pick on the Zenith now, finally being joined by the Sorelaton. Moving forward, and look at this, you know, what looked like could have been such a rough situation for Guess What. They're able to flip. They've got that Stamper kind of distracting, going to be able to create maybe a little bit more space for Guess What going forward as they pull members of Snack back to their own spawn, poking up at Nico there, but not quite able to find anything. But you notice, Pinky, how in that time mid has really changed from blue to yellow, and now you've got that opportunity for Guess What to really start getting into the faces of Snack, but they still, Pinky, don't really have the clam economy to do so yet.
Absolutely. I mean, this economy is in a bit of a drought here. Not a whole lot. I mean, now the clam economy is back in favor of Guess What, but there's that power clam finally being charged up, going through that bubble of Kingja, is able to get that. Guess gets 2 picks with that beautiful zipcaster, and camps his own landing that was, you know, previously being dealt with. Can they get the quad here on Nico? Yes, they can, and that's a massive score for Guess What here, getting it down to 53 on a map that's oh so hard to score on, but it's going to get a few more clams in, you know, to their team. They're going to pick up a few more, down to 41. Meanwhile, the team is just fighting oh so well. Kingja and Guess are down, but still this 10 holding the ground. The butt is going to get a little bit caught on the wrong side of that 10 shield there, but Guess What gets an opening push to 35 to start things off 3 minutes into the game.
That is a huge push for Scorch Gorge. It's really hard to really get that far in, especially on a first push, Pinky. And that's the same kind of gameplay that we saw on that Inkblot Clams game. Guess What really knows their clambits, but you can see right now on this elbow, they still do have a few more clams on the side of Snack to be able to keep this basket open, and they have the pressure. Look how far up their members are. They have 3 down. Here comes the power clam jump in, and this is going to be the lead change. Pinky never counts it out. Here comes another power clam. Is it going to find its way? It does! The way down to 10. Pinky, that is such a great comeback.
Not 45 seconds after Guess What gets it down to 35. Snack comes back with a beautiful lead down to 10, and it's basically saying if Guess What wants to take this set here and now, they're going to have to get the knockout. They certainly have proven capable of it, but it's going to be a challenge, especially against a Snack with this much momentum on their side and this much mid-control. Look at how much of it is blue, and Snack is absolutely positioned everywhere. Guess trying to find the pick on Zenith is able to do so on this machine, and now the Stamper here trying to just put as much pressure as possible. Going to be forced to move a little bit by the Whales on, from Synapse, but Snack is slowly forced to retreat onto their ramp here. Kara's so far back, going to be popping that strikes for safety, trying to take out that 10 umbrella, but Snack slowly but surely moving backwards, and that's going to pave the way for Guess What to start to move forward.
Yeah, this is a scary situation. If you were Snack, you don't want to lose lead with just 30 seconds remaining. But look at this, the power clam going to be coming in, going to be trying to find its way. Snack going to be desperately fighting to keep it away for just long enough, and they are able to. That's the 3 down on Guess What in the full white pinky. That could be game there. They've got to get back in, and they've got to find clams fast to make a power to be able to get overtime initiated. If you're Snack, if you can just deny the space, and you can, exactly like Kara's doing, throw these clams off the map, so even if you go down, there's no clams for them to make a power. That is the right move there, and that is exactly why Snack is going to be taking this to a Game 7.
Game 7, winner take all. Snack on the edge of a reverse sweep here in the set that initially started out greatly in their favor for most of Game 1 and then turned quickly hopeless at the end of Game 3, and Snack finally, after regrouping themselves in Game 4 and even a little bit in Game 3 on that Mahi game, finally has momentum on their side, playing at the pace they need to, and just suffocating so much of what Guess What is doing. And I think this is where that Tenebrill is really starting to catch up to them. The machine that Zenith has found is the answer to help them deal with it, and we're going to a climactic Game 7 on the Splatoon 3 Classic Zone Hagglefish. Honestly, where else could any great tournament end?
We love the Hagglefish zones, and, to some special, maybe or maybe not viewer out there, unfortunately, we will not be replaying the Hagglefish zones game. But we will certainly be playing it once here in Game 7, and I love Game 7s. It's Pinky, the pressure that both teams have to be feeling right now. If you're Guess What, you had that 3 up, and now, this is now or never. You're going to be desperate to win it here, and Snack, coming back, you've got all of this momentum in your favor, but you can't become too complacent, because Guess What wants this more than anything now.
I mean, I can imagine it. They've just had 3 games ripped from their claws where they wanted it so badly, and I mean, here we go. Game 7, winner take all. They're going to be sticking with that tent, and it seems like both these teams are sticking with, what's been working for them, but obviously this matchup has been working a little bit better for Snack here in the last few games. It's going to be up to Guess What to try and find that answer here, and we're going to be going right into it dizzy with that tent. Going to be launching it all the way across the field, but no one's going to be following up behind it. Guess What gets the first cap, but that is a fleeting one as Snack is able to take it right back.
Exactly, and I'm sure we're probably going to see zones split a few times here. It looks like Guess What? Oh, I was going to say it, commentators first, they look like they're about to flip it, and it looks like they may be able to flip it here again. They have 1 down on Snack right now, but that Booyah Bomb coming out, going to clear just a little bit of space that Snack needs, and they're actually going to get the trade there on to King Jaw. Despite that bubble coming out, is at least going to be able to provide some safe jumps into the members of Guess What. But right now, Guess What is just really struggling to find that cap. 2 down on both sides. Snack is going to be able to bleed just a little bit extra time off this timer, but Guess coming in here with a great pick, a great triple there, and this is how Guess What comes back. They finally got that zone in their favor once again. 69 good and all, but definitely not even close to being a safe push.
I gotta tell you, the Stamper play from Guess in this set has been absolutely out of this world. I mean, not even giving a rat's ass about that nerf, just playing absolutely out of their mind, and really pioneering a great position for Guess What here. It's a 1 against 2 in favor of Guess What. It's a 1v1, but this 10 can't get this 10 out in time. Synapse able to clutch it up for Snack. They're still in the game, baby. They're trying to get this lead back in their favor, trying to, build a bit of specials, but guess what is back? They're going to have to be careful in this team fight here. All the specials are being popped right and early, whilst guess what is still far away. That could cost them here.
Yeah, Nico has that cooler up, so if they go down, they can get back in relatively quickly, but all that penalty timer bled off the clock. They want to be able to recap this zone, but they're not going to be able to quite do so. The Tri-Strike's going to come out to get it back in their favor, but they need to work through that penalty once again. But up there, going to be trying to get that zone back into a good spot. Going to be coming over here to try to help with the fight that Synapse has going on, but goes down 2, and now you're 2 up again on Snack. Going to be bleeding through this penalty timer. It looks like another lead change is probably imminent here as it's going to tick down, and there it goes. Pinky, this is such a back and forth game, and it's not over yet for sure, as this crab tank is going to be coming out, but Zenith getting a great pick, but then going down immediately to the Zuka. Kara trying to find the Zuka player. They are able to, turning around to try to make sure that the zone stays in their favor, sees the pick, or the jump from King Jaw, able to get it, going to be trying to fight Guess, but Guess again gets a great pick, but 10 seconds left on the zone. They're going to be trying to hold onto it. Pinky just the 52 up, and they're going to be able to it and stay alive.
All of the members of Snack were just desperately trying. Yeah, take that deep breath. You deserved it. The 10 unfortunately gets caught by that suction bomb throw by Kara, and Kara trying to throw these strikes to get the team back in. Beautiful hold from Snack there, but only got it to 6. Close but no cigar, and as we've seen so many times, no lead on zones is safe because of how strong the walkouts are, and guess what? Trying to take advantage of that. Here comes King Jump, but they get a bit caught up by sit-ups here, and the sodas are going to come out from Nico Loco. Stamper is going to pot that Zipcaster, but that's going to kind of take them out of the fight here. That's going to let the rest of Snack walk forward into the zone. The landing gets camped, and Snack has that zone right back. King just behind him trying to make something happen, but they're so far away. Tank gets taken out mid-Zuka. King just still in the walls, trying to make something happen. Finally wraps all the way back around, but Gesson jumps to the teammates, and that's going to allow another team fight happen. And this is a crucial one for, guess what? This could be do or die as we enter the last minute of the tournament here, Toma.
I'm on the edge of my seat, Pinky, right now as this fight for the zone goes on. Snack is able to continue to hold it, Pinky, and they're going to be fighting it out still. Guess what? Has all this paint on their favor, but look, they have such a large penalty timer to work through, and Snack is able to just take that back, and if Snack can just kill time off this zone, that's all they need to be able to do. But 2 down, it can become a scary situation really fast. King Jaw going to be able to force to back up to deal with the machine, but now they've got that whale to come in, Pinky, and they're going to take control of zone once more. This is so back and forth as they're both fighting right now. 15 seconds-ish left on this clock right now, still in possession of Snack, but it's just flipping back and forth here right now. Guess what's got that crab tank on the zone, able to find 2 down, and 2 down on both sides, Pinky. The Tri-Strike's coming out, and this maybe is the reverse sweep for Snack, Pinky.
Snack did it from all the way down. Snack makes the reverse sweep. In reverse 4-0, and they are your Krillstreak number 4 champions. All the way from the brink after such a dominant run through bracket, not even dropping a game, I believe, taking it to the absolute limit from guess what, but that secret sauce. Zenith finding that machine that was just nerfed to the ground and saying, you know what, no matter what, at the end of the day, this weapon is bullshit, and they're going to use that to take the tournament. Absolutely amazing set. Well played by both of these teams.
I'm in awe. I love the reverse comeback story. I love to see it come to this, Pinky. The gameplay of both sides. This is to be one of the best sets that I've ever commentated, Pinky.
That was a journey. Tola, I'm glad to have done it with you, buddy. Like that was a little bit ridiculous. I'm honestly lost for words. What an amazing set. I would love to go back and analyze that all day, but at the end of the day, the facts are the facts, and the Snack is back on top, smiling back, and that is going to be, those are going to be your tournament champions. Absolutely massive congratulations, but unfortunately, because that set ended, that is going to be all from us, unfortunately, here at the Elemental channel here at Under Pressure.
Absolutely. And if you like what you saw today, of course, join the Under Pressure Discord. Krillstreak is not the only tournament that we run here. We'll have an upcoming juniors draft for the new Sizzle season. We do lots of different fun gimmick tournaments. You have the last Wednesday of every month. Of course, we've got Krillstreak as well. So join the Under Pressure Discord if you're interested in all of that. But before we go, Pinky, where can all of the viewers find you?
You guys can always find me at twitter.com/brokenpinky_, where I make some funny opinions and some mid takes, like saying they should give Machine jump RNG because that's the real way to murder that weapon. I'm definitely not salty as a blaster player. Also, please pick me up. I need a team. That'd be so cool. Please.
Please get Pinky a team. Pinky is such a cracked player. Once again, I am Toma. You can find me at CrestofGautier on Twitter or ttoma_ here on twitch.tv. And once again, congratulations to Snack for winning Krillstreak 4, and we hope you'll join us back again on Under Pressure for our next tournament.
Yeah, have a great day, y'all. Sleep well. We'll see you guys next time.